Did my nigga to this day. Better turn this off if you gon' feel some type of way. Prime time with Alice Stein. On the prime time with Alice Stein. On the 99, got that Glen big chick. Glen big chick. You cannot disrespect. Pimp on the Blimp. Pimp on the Blimp. Prime time with Alice Stein. Prime time with Alice Stein. Not the first attempt. Pimp on the Blimp. Alice Stein 99. Be working like a temp. Never one place long. Going state to state. Alice Stein, he be saying what the fuck he wanna say. The internet on fire. He done caught another street. Every time I make a theme song, hear it in your sleep. Feminism, baby killers got the world all twisted. Had to make a channel just to talk about it quick. Alice Stein, did my nigga to this day. Better turn this off if you gon' feel some type of way. Prime time with Alice Stein. On the prime time with Alice Stein. On the 99, got that Glen big chick. Glen big chick. You cannot disrespect. Pimp on the Blimp. Pimp on the Blimp. Prime time with Alice Stein. Prime time with Alice Stein.
Yo, it's a Pimp on a Blimp. Oh, we already got Hayden Swank in the membership. We appreciate that. Thank you, guys. You guys want to join? We're going to do some member-only streams. You know, we're trying to get this thing built back up. I know it's brick by brick. You know, we got to do it slowly. Let's make sure the mic is working. Let me test everything. As the stream is starting. Hold on. Let's see. Let's see if it's working. I think it is. Of course, my internet's going slow on my cell phone. It's working. I think it is. All right. Yes, we are loud and clear. You see Tucker? They're trying to throw Tucker in jail. I got my nicotine pouches. I do not encourage people to start using nicotine. It is a terrible, terrible habit, and it's ruining my life. And I feel like there's a – I don't like this shadow on my nose. It gives me kind of a HITLER mustache. But what are you going to do? All right, folks. Well, it's a Pimp on a Blimp stream. Saturday night. What's everybody doing? I want to see you guys in the chat. I see you guys. Let's put the chat on the stream, maybe. Let's see. We'll let you guys hang out on the stream. Yeah, you quit smoking, but are you doing nicotine pouches? What is that all about? It's kind of like one vice for another type situation, but, you know. It's that one vice for another type shit. That's okay. We'll allow it. You guys are in bed? Well, we're about to open up the phone lines. We'll do a call in. Right now, there is a boxing match going on. I don't know if you guys have seen this. Let's see. Let's see. Blueface. Gypsy Crusaders about to fight. Wow, I thought Blueface would dominate. Let's see. That's a nice little punch right there. You know, boxing is a lot harder than it looks. Oh, Gypsy already won? Is that true? Gypsy already won? All right, let's see. What? Can you guys not hear it? Can you guys hear it? Let's see. Can you guys hear it? Let's see. Can you guys hear it? No, I guess there's no audio. Okay, hold on. Let's go to. No, I guess there's no audio. Okay, hold on.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
You got power, bro.
Can you guys hear that now?
All right, stop.
You got more time.
Hold on, I think Super Hot might win this fight.
Yes, we might win this fight.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, now we got it. Okay.
Good point.
Wait a minute.
Let's
Get
see.
out of that corner. Yep.
Let's see what happens. So this is a white supremacist versus a black guy.
Get in there, get out.
Control your impulse.
Look at that big ass cheese. Control your emotions. Pace yourself. Hey, control your emotions.
Oh, here, because it's a fight stream.
Oh shit.
He's missing the punches.
Fight with Cash Patel. Fight with Cash Patel.
Hold on, Gypsy, bro. Gypsy looks really tired, bro.
I know he does.
Fight with Cash Patel.
Yo, he's tired, Dion.
No way already.
There we go. Good body shot.
It's gonna be
Joe, hold on.
There you go, body shot. There we go. He's in the ground. He's stuck.
Gypsy's way bigger.
Let's go, Super.
There you go, white man.
Get out of that corner.
Charleston, why do you want him to win?
Man, I can't see a white man lose.
Come up.
Charleston White's there doing commentary.
I'm gonna lose faith in my military if the white man lose.
Oh, fuck.
Whoa.
Wait.
There you go.
Get out of there.
Teach that nigga a lesson. Teach that nigga a lesson.
What the fuck is going on?
Gypsy looks tired, Dion. Oh, shit.
Ooh, hey, you do get tired.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Wow.
Hands up, Super Hot.
Let's go, Super.
Get out. Hands up, Super Hot.
Let's go, Super.
After the fight, ask him. I went over that fight in the back. He set him up for the right.
Super Hot.
Oh, you
Get out of that corner.
say, you make it.
Yeah, there we go.
Shutting
That
it.
body is over.
Oh,
There we go. Whoop his ass.
yeah, Super.
Whoop his ass.
Say, you didn't know that white boy that tough, did you?
Charleston White's going crazy.
Look at that chin. Ooh.
Going for the body, bro.
It's two more rounds.
The right to the chin.
It's two more rounds.
Overhand right. Overhand right.
I'm doing good. We'll see. This is a huge fight.
Oh,
It's gonna end bad.
Oh my God, he's
it's
winning.
gonna end bad. It's over.
what do you think? Super's losing or winning?
Yeah, I know. So Gypsy's fucked.
Hey, yeah, there we go. Super Hot all day.
Wait, what?
There you go, Gibson.
What happened?
Oh!
Let's see. I don't know.
Bro, Gypsy's trained, bro.
Bro, Gypsy's not making it, guys. Gypsy's not making it. Oh my God. Oh my God. No.
Set him up with the overhand right.
That's the haymaker.
They're both tired.
Everybody said
One whole Super. One whole Super.
All right, let's see what happens.
Talking about. Hey,
Super.
the right. Yeah.
Gypsy's
God
trained.
damn. Get your ass under the table.
Yes, under the table.
Wait, hey, yo.
I don't know. Nothing that great. I mean, these aren't very good highlights, if I'm just being honest. Let's see. All right. Second round. What's going to happen now? I mean, I guess you guys already said who won. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see.
I think Super's gonna kill
Look
him.
at that chin.
He knows it's over too.
Let's go, Super. Pace
Say, come
yourself.
on, Mr. White Man, don't let me down.
Pace yourself.
Please, Mr. White Man.
Oh! Body
It's
blow.
about to get bad.
Charleston White is going crazy for the white guy. You know, it makes you tired when you throw a punch and miss. Like it exerts a lot of energy.
Come on, Super.
Set him up with the right.
Let's see.
Come on, Super Saiyan.
Oh shit.
There we go.
His body's fucked.
Let's see.
Body blowing the shit up.
All right. All right.
Push off. Oh wow.
That was a pretty close punch.
Hey, get off, boy.
What the fuck?
He leaning on
Are they fucking?
No. Gypsy trying to take his.
Why?
I got my Army Golden Knights shirt because we love the war.
Is Super tired too yet or no?
We love the war. We love it.
Get out of there. There we go.
There we go, Super.
Right back.
There we go.
Yeah,
There we
Super.
go.
Right back at him.
I don't know. This fight's been not great so far.
Gypsy's lost right now.
That's some hell Hitler shit.
I should have worn my yarmulke.
Bullshit.
Let's see. Well, so it went to a decision. Let's just see what happens. Gypsy's so much bigger. I don't know how he can't get in there for some tough blows.
That's how they need. One good overhand right.
Gypsy has to be so much closer to. I mean, Super Hot has to be so much closer to him to connect. I think you just kind of keep him away from you. That's how my fight with Harrington was. I just kept using my left to keep him away so he couldn't hit me.
That big body ran down.
He's emoting.
Holy fuck.
Overhand right. Keep working on that body, Super.
Oh, they're tired.
Keep working on that body.
They're both
He
feeling.
open with the left. There we go.
They're both feeling.
I don't know. This fight's not been great at all.
Get up.
Good uppercut. Good uppercut.
Rampage, who's winning this round? Super Hot is?
Super Hot up 2 rounds.
Yeah, I mean, I would say Super Hot's probably landed more body punches.
Got to do Super Hot, yeah.
Get him, get him, get him.
Oh, Steve, that was good. Super Hot landed a right.
Let's go, baby.
Yup. What?
GG.
What? Oh. Oh. That'd be a good fight.
What's going on?
That's it, Super.
I might be getting back in the ring. I don't know yet. I don't know yet.
Roger and Gypsy MMA would be crazy. That's what we got to do. Roger Jackson and Gypsy Crusader MMA chat. If you want to put yes in the chat. That's the fight.
I might get back in the ring.
Oh,
Oh, shit, Leon.
he ain't doing nothing.
That's nothing.
Don't let him lead on you.
This
Get
fight's
off,
not
get
been
off.
that great so far.
Only on prayer wrist. Only on prayer wrist. Let's fucking go, Super. Nigga, everybody on their feet.
Everyone wants to see that.
Let's go.
Let's see the replay. There's not going to be any good replays.
Don't be disrespectful.
I don't know about that. I would never box AOC. I love AOC.
Sweep that nigga in now.
I would protect AOC better than her husband would protect her. That's the way I work, dog. You know what it is?
Chat is saying 1-1.
Make sure to share the stream, guys. We got to share the stream.
What's the score? What's the score? 1-1 or 2-0? I think 1-1.
Let's see. Let's share it. Let's share it right now. Let's see if we can get some more people in here. Super hot.
You saw that?
Come on, it's the last round.
How many rounds for this fight?
Last round. Let's just get through this. 3 minutes.
Let's go.
Fucking go.
Oh, that's pretty good. See, I think Super Hot's doing pretty good. That looked like kind of a push. Thank you, Whiskey Tango Foxtrot.
That's a bullshit.
White man been doing a nigga like that for years. Say white boy been doing a nigga bad all that line. Yeah, this ain't nothing new. White man been kicking a nigga.
Oh, now they're throwing some punches. See, this is how the fight should have been the whole time. See, Super Hot landed. Super Hot landed. Well, he's tired, but they both landed some punches.
Jewish people and black people. Let's go.
That was the best part of the fight.
Wait,
Make sure to hit that like button.
There you go. Hit that nigga. Hit that nigga. Hit that nigga. Hit that nigga.
Damn, Charleston will not. He will not stop.
Super Hot, let the
Yeah,
hands
take
go.
it easy on it.
Let the hands go.
Oh, shit.
I'm surprised, bro. I'm gonna be honest.
I told you.
Keep them punches going, white man.
I would say, yeah, Gypsy Crusader's winning this round so far.
Put them lashes on his ass.
They're both tired.
Got a minute now.
You know, it's funny. I think I've ordered those same boxing trunks that Gypsy has on Amazon. See, that's I mean, Super Hot landed right there. Let's see what happens.
1 minute.
oh shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh my
He's
god.
about to get knocked down.
I was just 5 rounds.
Shut him down.
Oh my
See, Super Hot landed right there, it looks like.
Chips is hurt.
Whooping his ass. Whooping his ass.
Let's
Yeah.
go. No. Get that nigga.
What are you doing?
It's a method.
Do this shit for Rocky G.
Oh, see, Super Hot, even though those aren't huge punches, he's hitting him in the face. Those count.
Get that nigga. Get that nigga.
Come on, Super Hot. 30 seconds.
He's
No
so
time.
tired. He's done.
Do it for your ancestors. Do it for your ancestors.
Super Hot landed right there.
Get down. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. What's your name, boy?
I don't know. This is a pretty even fight. I think Super Hot really landed more punches. Right there, he landed. Oh, right there, he landed two. Ten seconds left. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Is that clear?
What a fight.
Okay, let's see what happens. So everybody's saying they let Gypsy win that?
Neon. Rampage.
I don't know. I think Super Hot landed a lot.
I see you. Love you, Scar B. God damn it. Hey, listen, I told y'all Super Hot was going to get that boy. I told you.
They're both dead tired.
Big boy gassed out. Yeah, big boy gassed out.
They're both gassed out.
One more round, he gonna knock him out.
Oh, yeah.
You're a bad motherfucker. What are they saying?
I don't know, guys. I don't know.
Yeah, big time.
I'm now a bigger fan.
He just won my heart.
He needs to start training. I'm sorry. He needs to start training. He whooped that white. He needs to
Yeah,
start
he
training.
won my heart.
Super hot.
Yeah, he won my heart.
Let's see who wins this. I mean, I don't know. I feel like Super Hot really won. What do you guys think in the chat?
He damn so
You
did.
almost win.
Yeah.
I see them.
What is that tattoo?
That's SS. It's some, yeah.
It was like chopping a tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like chopping a tree. This shit still standing.
Listen, yeah.
One's a white supremacist, one's a black content creator.
Hold y'all motherfucking fist up.
It's kind of a big deal.
Fist up.
Super
Hold y'all fist
Super
up.
hot.
What the fuck I'm talking about? Fuck you talking about?
Let's see who won.
Yeah. White people, y'all can hold y'all fist up too now.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, my brother.
that guy's the most Gypsy Crusader. He's like the most famous racist or
That's
whatever.
a fact. Beat that nigga. Weekend riot. Goddamn.
Shh. Everyone, shh. Chat, spam shh in the chat. Here we go.
Let's see who wins.
We almost have a
Ladies
million.
and gentlemen, we have a split decision.
What?
What?
What you?
Who won?
Wait. Shh.
No.
What are you doing? Super.
No, what
Judge
was it?
one scores this bout 29-28. Super hot fire.
Okay.
That kind of thing. I like that.
Judge two scores this bout 29-28. Gypsy Crusader.
Whoa, wow.
Bullshit, bro.
Oh shit. Joining us.
No, it's not
Judge
unanimous.
three scores this fight 29-28. And the winner by split decision
Super.
out of the red corner, Gypsy.
Wow, I don't know about that.
He's done.
I don't know about that.
He's done. That's fucking bullshit. That's fucking bullshit.
That's bullshit.
I don't. It was close, but I don't know about that. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one, guys. That one seemed a little. That's kind of seemed like a goofball deal. I can't believe that. I can't believe they gave it to Gypsy. And I'm not even hating on. I mean, I don't necessarily love Gypsy Crusader. He is funny in some of his stuff, but I don't know. It looked like Super Hot landed more punches. You guys see I'm wearing my Army Golden Knights shirt representing the Golden Knights because we love the United States military, even though this war is an absolute disaster. What do you guys think about this war in the chat? We're about to open up the phone lines. We can get your guys' opinions on it. But, I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous what's going on right now. Bombing a school full of children. And then they won't even admit it. So this is a test. I just want everybody to realize what's going on right now is just like COVID. It's a test. And whether you want to call it Israel or the globalists or the neocons, the people that got us into this war are going to be the first people that totally throw Trump under the bus. And they're doing this on purpose to try to just destabilize all of the goodwill that Trump has earned in the first year. And honestly, he could have earned a lot more goodwill, but just the fact that he had so much momentum after his election because he dominated, all of that is gone. And you see polls where 90% of MAGA Republicans support this war. That's just not true. That's just such garbage. Let's see. Are there people in the chat that like this war? If you do, you're smoking crack. I mean, think about it. George Bush didn't want to fight Iran. Joe Biden didn't want to fight Iran. Barack Obama didn't want to get in a war with Iran. And so now we're fighting Iran for what? So they don't have a nuclear weapons? Okay, they didn't have nuclear weapons to start with. And like what pisses me off the most is it's just we're in a war with Iran and they can't bomb us currently. They literally cannot hit the United States. Yes, they can hit our military installations in these Gulf countries, these Gulf states. But that's not America. That's not why we have those military institutions there, those installations. We have those there to protect our Gulf countries because economically we rely on them. So they're all going to lose a lot of faith in America, and I think this is going to cause us to have to retreat from the whole entire region. So maybe that's good. Maybe this Donald Trump can spin it, oh, well, I got all of our troops back home. I'm really anti-war. But if you look at that school that got bombed, all the other buildings were bombed next to it, but they won't even admit that they did it. And then also we had one of our air tankers just crashed with six soldiers in it, died. And they haven't even been telling us how many people have actually died. I'm drinking soldier fuel to support the troops. I got my Army shirt and my soldier fuel. No, I'm not trolling. I'm not trolling. This war is ridiculous. It's a quagmire. You guys like this war? Donald Trump literally just dominated Jeb Bush in 2016 saying, oh, we don't need to go into endless wars in the Middle East. And now we're in a war where we can't even decide when it's over because Iran has all the power because it's an asymmetrical war. They can bomb other countries. They don't have to bomb us. So they bomb these other countries. They block the Strait of Hormuz, and it costs us economically. And that's how they win the war. They don't win the war by out-bombing us. And Donald Trump keeps saying, oh, we've knocked all their Navy out. We've knocked all their militias out. Well, they bombed Israel tonight, like, overwhelmingly. So they still have bombs. They're still being able to bomb. So that's not true. And then they asked Pete Hegseth, oh, you know, how many people have died? They won't even tell us how many people are injured and how many people have died. It's just like COVID. Except COVID, they lied about how many people died. They tried to amp the stats. The gas prices are skyrocketing. What are you talking? I mean, we'll talk about that. I'm talking about the economy. Everything's going up. I just filled up my gas tank. It was ridiculous. It was $90. Yeah, because it was $3.60 a gallon where I got it because I'm in the white neighborhood where it's expensive. But that's neither here nor there. But it is pathetic. I still got a show, guys. I got a show on Real America's Voice. I need you guys to start watching it. After Hours with Alex Stein. It's on cable. If you guys have Dish, it's channel 218. Please consider watching it on cable. No, I'm not a communist. I'm just anti-war. I mean, what do you want me to say? You guys like this war? That's ridiculous. This war is horrible. And then I think there's a lot of evidence that Benjamin Netanyahu might be neutralized. Yes. Where's Benjamin Netanyahu? We haven't seen him. And then his son, Yair Netanyahu. Look at this guy. Let's see. You go to his profile. This guy tweets 1,000 times a day. Has not tweeted in 6 days. Has not tweeted in 6 days. March 8th is the last time he tweeted. And then before that, he was tweeting like crazy. Of course, retweeting Tucker stuff, retweeting Israel stuff, how much he loves Trump. But his own son hasn't tweeted in 7 days. So I think it's pretty obvious that something's going on. And I think it's, likely that Benjamin Netanyahu, people are saying he's just in hiding. I don't know if he's just in hiding. I think he might be gone. And I'm curious to see what the reaction is for that because Honestly, I'm not cheering on any bombs for Israel. I know a lot of people are like cheering and they're saying boom, boom, Tel Aviv and all this stuff. I don't like bombs going off anywhere. I don't like the Gulf Coast states or the Gulf states getting hit. I don't like Iran getting hit. I don't like anybody getting hit. All right? It's ridiculous what's going on. It's ridiculous. Let's see. I think it's absolutely dumb. We shouldn't have done anything. They don't have the ability to enrich that uranium right now. And even if they did, that nuclear bomb wouldn't be able to reach America. If they could, they would have bombs that reach us right now. So it's just ludicrous. We're fighting a war with them to stop a nuclear program that they don't have. Give me a break. Israel has a nuclear program. Russia has a nuclear program. North Korea has a nuclear program. A lot of our adversaries have nuclear programs. We don't go and start wars with them. We got into this war because of the people that encouraged Trump to do it, mainly Israel. And now Benjamin Netanyahu is nowhere to be seen. And, likely, I think it's a high probability that he's not with us anymore. And I could be wrong, and I'll eat crow if I am, but where's freaking Netanyahu? You saw that video that they posted of him where he has like 6 fingers, and whether that's just natural from the way that the camera and lighting worked on his hands, it doesn't matter. The guy was doing a publicity tour every day from the first 10 days of this war, and then now we haven't seen him going on 6 days. Yeah, we're wasting $1 billion a day on this war for what? Americans don't have health care. Americans can't even afford their groceries. Americans cannot afford to buy a home, but they're going to spend billions of dollars to go fight a war with Iran. And let me tell you something, Iran, they're not all in uniform, but they have 900,000 people in their military. Guess how many people the Taliban had? They had 40,000. And this has been said over and over, but it took 20 years to replace the Taliban with the Taliban. It took 9 days to replace Khamenei with Khamenei Jr. So what is happening right now is a total scam, total fraud on the American people, and we're the ones that are on the hook for it. It's stupid. It's dumb. It makes me sick. I hate it. I'm anti-war all day long. I'm not going to pretend to be a pro-war. Half the things that I said is a lie. What, are you talking about the school? No, the school, we bombed. We bombed every building next to it. And they said they had bad intel because that school was an old military facility and then they turned it into a school. Well, let me just tell you something. The fact that they won't say we didn't do it, they're just saying, oh, we got to look into it, I think is basically an admittance of guilty. I'm not bought off by anybody. Well, I don't like the war. I don't know what you want me to say. I hate the war. I didn't vote for this. I'm a pacifist. I want to be like Switzerland. You're going to spend trillions of dollars. Why don't you spend it on something that actually helps the American people? Like kicking out illegal immigrants or giving us socialized medicine. And I'm not saying that all of our medicine should be socialized, but we let the insurance companies screw us. I don't want to go to Canada's system, but I'd like to have a system where somebody can go to the doctor and not, have to file for bankruptcy after. It's ridiculous. And now young people are dying. A kid named Kevin Melendez who went to Grapevine High School, he just died. He just graduated less than 2 years ago, and now he's dead. For what? Pacifists die. What are you guys talking about? People in Switzerland, they live great. I want amnesty for big booty Latinas. I see somebody in the chat talking about that. Yeah, that's what I want. I don't want to run for the Iran. It's ridiculous, guys. Like, this is not... I don't understand how people are falling for this trap. I mean, these are people, you guys must be vaccinated. That's all I can think is that you guys are vaccinated.
The Knesset, they built it. Yeah. They're on Hebrew Israeli money. They got streets named after Rothschilds. So they're the ones really behind Israel and behind Netanyahu.
See, that's why when the Balfour Declaration was signed, it was signed.
Let's see if Suleiman will let me in.
A state of Israel, but not just the state of Israel. That was to create.
If Suleiman's on the thing, he'll let me in. If he's not, then I can't get in the space.
Before the state of Israel was pre-planned like 60 years ahead. So there was since like 1887 or 1877.
That hat is too hot.
That's when they started working on the Zionist regime. That's when they started looking at what foods we eat, what our culture is. Like they studied us. I mean, they are.
You didn't fall for the
stupid, but
COVID
thing
narrative, but
is,
you're
they're
falling for
united. The only
the
problem
World
we
War
have as
narrative.
Arabs and
Okay.
Muslims
Okay.
is, first of all, the jealousy that exists all around the world. A third of
Come
it
on, let it
exists
play
in
us.
Arab world
Let it play us
countries because we
speak. My hair's looking a little
don't want the
crazy.
best for each other, and they knew that, and they relied on that, and they played on so many things. So, and another thing is, you
Okay.
can't be
All right. Well, it
courageous
looks like my guy's not here. We need Suleiman to let me in.
just don't
Let's
go
see.
go together. They don't.
Let's see. Let's turn on the phone lines. Let's see if we can get some calls. All right, the phone lines are open. Let's see if we can get some phone calls in here. You guys want to call in? I know you guys want to yell at me. You guys want to call in. I'll allow it. Look at this hat Tucker just sent me. Neocons are gay for Israel hat. Did I miss a spot shaving or something? I feel like my nose, it looks like I have a little stash right there. But if you guys want to call in, the number's right there. Let's see if this works. It should work. I hope it works. Number's 214-216-6169. If you guys want to call in, the phone lines are open. Look at this, Brendan Wiles. This is an Israeli show. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Tonight it is. Let me put on my glasses so I can make sure to answer your calls correctly tonight. I don't want to freaking miss any of your calls. Let's see. I don't know if it's working. Okay, I think it's working. I don't know. Well, you guys see Ethan Ralph got arrested. I think he's still in Milwaukee or something. About to shoot an adult video. That's disgusting. Can't believe it. Let's see.
Call from.
Hello, Brandon Smith.
To accept, press 1.
Brandon, how you doing, my friend? Can you hear me?
What's up, bud?
Can you hear me? Is it working?
I can hear you, bud.
Okay, good. I'm just checking. Awesome. Dude, what do you think about this war?
I think it's bullshit, man.
I know you and me can agree on that. It's ridiculous, isn't it, dude?
It is. I want to make a new slogan that says "War is gay."
Well, I think it is gay because a lot of these guys are in the Navy. They're on a boat. They're probably horny. They might be doing gay stuff if we're just being honest.
I mean, I've heard that, but I hope they're not doing gay stuff. And
I hope they're not either. Dude, you think I want them getting a bunch of Vaseline on their sausages and sticking in each other's buttholes? No, I don't want that at all. But I'm just saying, war is nasty. I wouldn't be surprised if they started doing that. And listen, if you're on an airplane, it's about to crash. Everybody wants to bust a nut before they go out. And so, they might bust a nut with the guy next to them. Are they gay? I don't know. Probably a little bit. But I don't want these guys doing these, suicide nuts, just trying to bust one last nut. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean, bud. I understand. I feel bad for our soldiers, man. I don't think that they're in a good spot. I think that Donald Trump really kind of tricked us, maybe.
We didn't vote for it.
I know. I voted for Trump, but I didn't vote for new wars.
Exactly right. And so, I mean, who do you think dragged us into it? Benjamin Netanyahu. Do you think Benjamin Netanyahu's alive or dead?
I think he's dead, bro. I think he's dead, man.
His son hadn't tweeted in forever. I think he could definitely be dead. I'm not just saying that. I think there's a strong possibility that he's not with us anymore.
No, I believe you, man, because he was tweeting totally all day, every day, like constantly. Then he just stops out of the blue. What the hell's up with that?
And then they don't want to tell us that he's dead because they think that they'll lose support within Israel. But listen, even the anti-Israel people or pro-Israel people, now they were not getting bombed. But now all the people of Tel Aviv actually, at the beginning of the war, they're all dancing in the bomb shelters. They're on dating apps trying to hook up with each other. Now they go into those bomb shelters. They're scared to death because they know that the likelihood of them getting hit by a bomb is a lot higher than it was at the beginning of this war. So, I mean, it's ridiculous, dude.
Yeah, I trust and believe, man. They are scared. They're reaping what they sowed, I guess. They called us goyim forever, and want to use.
Well, they need us. They
our
need us,
tax
Goyim. They need us, Goyim. I mean, they can't fight it on their own. That's why that amphibious unit, 2,500 Marines, those aren't Israeli soldiers. Those aren't IDF soldiers. Those are American soldiers. So they need us, which is ridiculous that they would even come after people like Tucker Carlson or come after people like us.
I know it's a shame, man. It's a real shame, and the world chess pieces are falling into place for I don't know what, but man, it's looking crazy, ain't it?
It is. I think the only way Trump fixes this is if he somehow comes to the negotiation table with Putin and he can do a 2-for-1 gimmick where he says, oh, well, I'm going to end the Ukraine war while simultaneously ending the Iran war. And even though we lost the Iran war, it'll look like we won if he can get us out of that Ukraine conflict. And because I think he already released some of the sanctions on Putin. So, it just doesn't even make sense why we're even got in this war if we're just going to look like total assholes at the end of it.
I would love to work with Putin. I wish our countries would get along because we're Christian nations, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're supposed
to. They don't
have
pride parades. They don't have pride parades.
Right. Well, I mean, if they can say whatever, that's fine. But I'm just.
I'm not even anti-gay. I'm just saying they take it seriously. They're not all woke like we are. Whether you want to have a pride parade or not, you know what I mean? Like they actually have some values, unlike our country.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I appreciate their people. I love their people. I don't want war with their people. I wish we'd all get along. I wish we'd really get along.
Yeah, you and me both, dude. You and me both. Well, thank you so much for calling in, man. We're going to be live tonight. If you guys want to call in later, please call in. Thank you for you and your lady watching. Are you guys going to have a romantic night, or are you guys too scared about the war you can't perform sexually, or can you perform?
Oh, we always have a romantic night. But
That's
I'm here to
want.
watch you, Alex. Me and my wife, we love watching you, bud.
Well, I appreciate that. I love hearing from you guys. All right. Well, I'm going to let you guys go. We're going to get some other callers. Thank you guys for calling in so much. Y'all have a good one. You and your lady.
You too, man. Hey, stay strong, brother. Keep going live. We'll watch you every time. I like your stuff. You're awesome, man.
All right. We will. We'll be going live more often, I promise. All right. All right. Wow. That was a good call. We started off with a great call. I like that. You guys want to call in, the number is 216-6169. That's 214 area code. Sorry, I'm in Dallas.
Call from
Robert Petrozello.
Well, I'm going to let you guys go. We're going to get some callers. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Man, I'm doing okay. I don't like this war. What do you think about this war?
Yeah, Alex, it's Robert. I don't like it either. It's kind of ridiculous to me, if you ask me.
I agree. I don't know how it's going to end. I think it makes us look bad. I don't know. I mean, I just, at the end of the day, it seems like, I support our men and women in uniform, but I don't like to see them die. I don't like to see airplanes crash. I'd rather just our government focus on helping us here, on American territory, American soil, instead of going and starting these wars in the Middle East.
I totally agree with you, buddy, dude. I mean, you're absolutely right. Spot on. I mean, I voted for Trump 3 times. Now I'll vote for him a 4th time if it comes up. But you know what? These wars got to stop.
And real quick, I want to say I'm not even trying to give Trump a pass because, I do support Trump. I did vote for him. But I think he got in this war with bad information. I think that he had a little bit of hubris. He was a little overconfident, seeing after how the Venezuela, situation went. And I think these guys were kind of twisting his arms to do this. And then he just said, hey, look, I'm going to do it because I think this is what these influential people want. And then now he's realizing that this isn't going to be a cakewalk. And I want to give him the benefit of the doubt, but because I love Trump, but I'm just sick about this war.
I agree with you, buddy. I am too.
Well, what else you got going on tonight? You doing anything fun? What do you got cooking?
Actually, I saw the live stream pop up and I'm in bed. That's when I was messaging.
You're in bed right now. Ooh, about to go to sleep. Did you hit the like button at least? Did you at least hit the like button?
I did. I hit the thumbs up.
Bob, thank you so much. Bob's a friend of the show. Bob, you're a good guy, Robert. Anything else new that I don't know, I need to know about, or I don't know what's cooking?
Yeah, I recently last year I had a lot of surgeries, but I won't go down that rabbit hole right now.
Wow, but you sound like you're doing good. Have you not had any surgeries in a while?
Well, I go March 24th to get a back injection. We're gonna do another back injection, 2 of them, back to back, basically. Then I gotta go for an ablation in my spine to have bad discs and stuff. So.
Wait. Say that again, though. You got to do the injection. Is that for pain, or what is that for? What's the injection for?
Yes. So they're for pain. 2 are for pain, and then 1 is an ablation to make sure that the pain goes away. But yeah.
Well, Rob, keep us posted. We're going to start going live more. We got to build this channel back up. Thank you so much for being a supporter. I'm not just saying that. You've been calling in for a long time. Now you've been calling in for 3 years, Bob. Can you believe how fast time is flying by?
I know. I remember when you were on Blaze Media and stuff. I know I probably should.
Have you checked out my new show? My new show on Real America's Voice, After Hours with Alex Stein. It's a good one. We had Blair White on, the transsexual. I think out weird as hell.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I'll check it out. You want to text me the information or email?
Yeah, I'll send it to you on Instagram. Ask me for it, and I'll send you the link. All right, we got more callers. Thank you. What Twitter? What are you messaging on Twitter?
You can do me. I'll do you on X. Yeah, I'll find you on X.
On X. Send it to me on X. All right, Robert. Have a good evening, brother. I hope those surgeries go up. I don't talk to you. All right, we got a lot of callers. Let's see who this is.
Call from
Blind Ball.
Did they hang up? It looks like they hung up already. All right. Well, if you guys want to call in, the number's right there scrolling at the bottom, 214-216-6169. We've already had some good callers. I appreciate you guys participating tonight. Let's see who this is.
Call from. To accept, press 1.
You're live with the Pimp on a Blimp. How can I help you this evening?
Hey, what's up? What's up? How's it going?
Shoot, man, it's going a little better. I appreciate you calling in. What's going on with you, dude?
Just chilling, man. I seen that you changed your podcast, and I'm like, kind of sucks that you lost the studio, but we're still watching you.
I got a new studio. Have you not seen my new studio?
Oh yeah, I checking it out. I'm seeing I think I'm on right now. I'm seeing that you have Santa Claus in the back, all that stuff.
Not this cool, studio. Man. I got a different. So I got a new show on Real America's Voice. You don't even know about that show, do you?
Oh no.
I got a new show Monday through Friday, Real America's Voice. It's on their YouTube channel. It's on my X. Real America's Voice. It's called After Hours with Alex Stein.
Okay, I'll look that up in a little bit, and so that way I can stay connected, man.
Please, I got 5 shows a week, dude. We need more people don't even know about it. I got to get mad at Rav. We got to get the marketing better.
Everybody loves watching you, man. You're like, you're funny, and you're like a good page. We talk about real stuff that goes on in this life, and people can't even make a joke about it. It's like everything that comes down. It's like it's really cool, man. And then the Trump thing, I know that I've seen that you've been talking about the war thing, and I love Trump too. We all voted for him, but I'm like, I kind of feel like this is a little intense going on, and people have the different ways about it, but I still support him in a way, but I kind of feeling that, I think we need to put our attention to God first, and then America first, but then again, we just can't, we can't be a police, so we can't just be a police and then cost our own American lives and soldiers to lose their lives because of Israel, and then I have a different value on that, but I know in the Bible says a lot of stuff, but I'm like,
I know. Are you one of these? Are you Judeo-Christian? Are you pro-Israel Christian? Or are you kind of an anti-Israel Christian?
We're Christian, but I read. I guess I should read more to understand. But I'm like, it's just like Israel doesn't accept like things that we do here, and it's like they don't even like Jesus in a way. And I'm not trying to talk.
They hate Jesus. What do you mean like Jesus? They all hate him, dude. I mean, that's not even a conspiracy.
Yeah, that's why it's kind of odd. In the way, but I'm like, yeah, at the end of the day, we all need love. We all need God in our lives, but we can't just go and if they want, and then who wants to go and bomb another country doesn't mean we all have to go stand for them. We're in America. We have our own problems here.
That's true. Do you think Netanyahu's dead or alive?
That's a very good question too, man. I mean, I don't know. He could be a puppet. He could just be a clone. Maybe he's a clone.
I know. Do you think that's why they're waiting so long to give us a real video from him? Do you think they're trying to set up his replacement? And I know that sounds totally wacky, but I wouldn't be surprised if they don't have some sort of body double or something. You know, that there was a movie about that. I think, gosh, what was it called? King Ralph or something. But all these world leaders do have body doubles. Osama bin Laden or Saddam Hussein had like 20 different body doubles.
That could be true, man. He could be out there and just trying to pose us on TV and try to tell us what to do. But I don't know. That's really crazy how that Trump. Ever since Kirk died, and rest in peace, Charlie Kirk, man, that Trump has just been following along with Netanyahu and a lot of things that they're saying. And I'm like, and that's in the conspiracy too, which could also be true. That saying that because he was offered a certain amount of millions of dollars, and then all of a sudden he's just gone. And I'm like, I don't know, but I'm like, we don't know, right? Only God knows. But I'm like, that's really strange and weird. But
it is weird. It is weird that we lost Charlie when things are getting so crazy, and he's one of the few guys that had the cojones to even hold Trump accountable to his campaign promises. I think it is weird that he just dies. But you know, right now, all that I can go off of, because I really don't love the investigation that the FBI is doing, is that it's Tyler Robinson, and we'll see. I think a lot is going to rely on how this court case goes. And I think Tyler's going to be found guilty. But if somehow he's found not guilty and then we don't know, that is going to cause a bunch of chaos. And I wouldn't be surprised if the people that are the puppet masters, the people that are pulling the strings, they want us to have that doubt, because that's the reason why they like the JFK, assassination. That's why they like 9/11. They leave clues to try to make us argue about those clues. So I feel like if we don't get some closure with Charlie Kirk's death, which I'm hoping and praying that we do, it's going to cause us to even fight with each other more. And it's only going to radicalize Candace more. It's only going to radicalize the people that are fighting more. And it's just going to divide us even farther apart.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff. I've been having keeping up with it, but I'm like, with the trap door, the houses that we couldn't see if it got shot from the back, with the footage houses that they shot from the front, but we don't see the bullet coming from the. It's a lot of stuff that I don't.
There is weird. It is weird that the bullet didn't penetrate through his neck. I mean, it's just. I don't even want to get so deep into it because it makes me even get emotional just thinking about it. But there's a lot of weird unanswered questions that I don't have a lot of faith in the FBI answering for us. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong about the war. I hope this is a great thing. I hope the economy just immediately recovers. But if I'm just speaking from my gut, my second brain, I don't like what's going on in America, and I think it's just like how the pandemic. I'm feeling that same kind of anxiety that I felt when the pandemic started going.
Well, I hope Trump just starts to look up to the people more, because it's all, at the end of the day, it's all about the people and God. But like, you can't say we're not. He's like, he runs the campaign on, we're not going to start a war. We're not. He's the president with no wars, and then he's over here starting, and it's not considered a war yet. But then again,
it's a war, though. It's a war. Come on, we know it's a war. I mean.
Like, even you have American soldiers are dying, and even on the low cost, like, still, it's not. That's not.
It's too many. We've lost, I believe, it's now 14 confirmed deaths, and that's more than the 13 soldiers we lost when we evacuated Afghanistan. So, it's a bad deal.
At the end of the day, we just got to pray more and pray for the country, and Jesus Christ is the Savior. So, at the end of the day, let's just hope and pray that everything goes well with it. And on a real quick, on a friendly note, I mean, I know because we watch a lot of funny here. Hope you go to maybe you need to come to San Diego and come to the city council over here. And
oh, you're in San Diego. You're in California. I definitely got to go to San Diego. I know. I'm not even just saying that.
Over here and see all these freaking people that are talking, try to do some crazy stuff with the kids and stuff, man. But you need to come check it out over here.
You're right. I need to go to San Diego. I'm planning on going to LA soon.
If, the Tuck friendlies, man. Oh my God, when you did that, was super funny, man. I understand that these people are crazy, but I'm like, I can't believe they had it in the store and in the Target. But yeah,
well, we won that one. You see, they stopped selling the Tuck friendly. What I got to bring back is Ronnie the Rat. That's what I got to bring back is Ronnie the Rat. But I definitely got to go to San Diego. I need to go to LA. I'm planning on doing some stuff in New York in the upcoming weeks, so be on the lookout for that because. I have some friends there. They said Mom Donnie's not been too bad so far, but I just want to kind of, mess with the people in New York. But I definitely am going to make a trip out to California, so be on the lookout for that. And thank you so much for calling in. What else you want to say before you go?
Yeah, we'll try to get some backup for you. I mean, I can show up over there too, just to make nobody get crazy, because it's a little bit of weird.
I need you. Dude, I definitely need you. I don't want some transgender coming in there with a shank, taking me.
Hit that like button, and it's prime time, Alex Stein 99. We love you, man, and God bless your day, man.
Love you. You guys have a good night. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon. All right. The phone lines are open. 214-216-6169. They're going. They're jammed right now. You guys are calling in. I know you guys are getting busy signals. Thank you so much for calling in and participating tonight. Make sure to hit that like button so more people see the stream. But yeah, I'm just really frustrated.
Call from
Blind Molly.
Yellow, you're live with the Pimp on a Blimp. How can I help you?
Hey, Alex. Hey, just for all the other callers that have been, boring us for the last half hour, keep it short. Nobody wants to hear you. Get like 2 things in and then shut up.
Is that what you want? You want short phone calls?
Well, that's my one thing. My second thing that I'd like to talk about before I hang up is, have you ever seen Ethan Ralph's penis?
I don't know if I saw a sex tape, but I think we're going to see it. Isn't he making a new sex tape?
Well, if you go on Scarlett Hampton's Twitter right now, you can see Ethan Ralph's penis. Just so you know.
Are you kidding? Let me see. Are you teasing me right now?
You can see her penis. I'll hang up and you can have fun. Bye, everybody.
Bye. I don't want to show that. Wait, let's see. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, dude. Well, it's kind of blurred out, but what in the so after all that drama, she did do it?
Gosh, yeah, I don't know, man. Sorry, I'm trying to hang up on you, and I can't find the button. I'm blind.
Dude, all right, you're a guy. Bye. Wow. I don't even want to I don't encourage anybody to go check that out. Wow, that is so screwed up. That is so nasty what I just saw. I don't even want to look at that. Don't even want to look at that.
Call from absolutely not.
Yo, what's up? Absolutely not. You there?
Oh, yeah. Hello?
You there? Can you hear me? Absolutely not.
Hi, Alex.
What's up? Absolutely. How can I help you this evening? You sound like you're timid. You don't need to be
Get my
timid.
headphones off. Yes.
Yeah. Nothing to be shy about. You're in friendly
I've been
confines.
watching you for years. I love what you're doing. And thank you.
Wow, that's so nice. Well, what do you think about what's going on in the world today? Are you mad about this war? Are you worried about this war? Are you being affected by it at all?
I'm absolutely affected by it. My sister, her boyfriend works at the embassy in Jerusalem.
Wow. See, I don't like Tel Aviv getting bombed. I know a lot of people are cheering that on. That makes me sick seeing Tel Aviv under attack constantly.
Yep. But he's home here in Texas.
So is he going to be okay?
Yeah, she actually went there to visit and almost moved there. And, I'm so glad she didn't.
I know. Tell me about it. I mean, that's a very scary situation being there right now. Well, where are you calling from? If I don't want you to dox yourself, but where are you this evening?
Portland, Oregon.
Wow, you're in the libtard capital of America. Things are crazy. Do you go to any of those protests?
Pardon? Repeat that?
Have you been going to any of those Portland ICE protests? They've been just living outside the ICE center. Everybody's been going viral in Portland.
Well, I do not go down there. I have to go for appointments in Portland, and it's really ugly because it's really ugly. There's a lot of drug use and.
Well, I like the drug use, right? Don't we all? We should all be doing a little fentanyl, wouldn't that help take the edge off right now?
Yeah, it's really bad.
Wow. So do you like the Pimp on a Blimp? Do you like these live streams? We're about to start doing more live streams. Are you going to participate and keep calling in?
I would like to.
I'd like you to call. I'd love for you to call. Not just like, I'd love it. And I love that you called in tonight. I really appreciate you calling in. Is there anything else you want to say this evening before I let you go?
I love everything you do. I love your comedy. And your comedy is intelligent and it brings truth to what's going on. Absolutely.
Wow, you're the best. Well, thank you so much for calling in. Stay safe in Portland. Is the weather nice right now? Is it warming up or is it still cold? What's the weather like?
The rain stopped. Had sunshine. I work on a farm, so I got some work done today.
What kind of farm? A marijuana farm or a normal farm?
Filberts,
Well, I feel like everybody when they say they work on a farm in Oregon or Washington, it's a marijuana farm. You know what I mean? And they're like, that's why the Chinese cartel and all these Russian cartels and Mexican cartels, they get all these illegal immigrants and they can basically use them like slave labor on those marijuana farms. It's very scary.
Nope, nothing like that. My dad lived to 93. He died 2 years ago.
Sorry to hear
He
that.
built his own house. He had a filbert farm and a lot of acreage. And I drive a tractor.
Oh, that's badass. Well, that's very alpha male of you, even though you sound like a very beautiful lady. Well, that's awesome. Well, stay safe on the tractor. Try not to run over any cats. You got any cats on the farm?
Cats? Like kitty cats?
Yeah, like barn cats. Yeah, a lot of these guys, they get 2 barn cats that aren't fixed, and then all the next thing you know, they got 20 cats next to their barn.
No, I just got Meowski. She's not Russian.
Oh, we love Meowski. Well, give Meowski some fancy feast for me this evening. Give her some late night. I know she might be using the litter box late, but I'll allow it.
Okay, we are fine up here in the country and at our limits, and we're definitely not liberals. Not even close.
That's what I liked.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you so much for calling. We'll talk soon, okay?
Okay.
Bye.
Love what you're doing. Bye.
Thank you. Guys, call in. The number is 2. It's right there. It's scrolling out there on the bottom of the screen. 214-216-6169. I know I should have brought some of my cats tonight. I should have brought some of my cats, but no cats. Just me, the pimp on a blimp. We got AOC right here. We got Santa Claus. Even though some people argue that Santa Claus is a little satanic, I don't know if that's true. We had 2 calls right at the same time.
Call from
Conspiracy theorist.
Conspiracy theorist, you're live with the Pimp on a Blimp. How can I help you this evening?
No way. I'm talking to Mr. fucking Pimp on a Blimp himself. How you doing tonight, man?
Man, I'm doing good. Thank you so much for calling in. What do you got for us, dude? Are you happy about the war? Are you mad about the war? If you're a conspiracy theorist, I imagine that you're probably frustrated by this war.
It's a mixed bag. So what I wanted to point out was like this disinformation ecosystem we're currently living in.
Yeah.
So we look at let's look at Trump's first term. When we had the first puppet we tried to put into power into Venezuela. I'm not sure if you remember Juan Guaido.
Not really, but explain it. I'd like to hear your opinion on it.
All right, so there was this guy who we pretty much pretended he was the president of Venezuela. His name was Juan Guaido. This was in Trump's first term.
While Maduro was in power.
Correct. Okay. This was during Trump's first term. Well, Mike Pompeo and John Bolton were in the scene. And what sparked my curiosity and why I called was because I see a parallel to the media misinformation that we're seeing that we saw then. And what I mean by that is I think it was 2017. I could be wrong. It could be 2018. Venezuela had a large blackout. And during that blackout, there was, massive chaos and unrest. And there were scenes on CNN where protesters were getting run over and stuff. And it was horrible, But the story in the media that was pushed was that, they're communists. They can't manage their own infrastructure,
It's just constant decay over years and years of them just, running the thing into the ground. But then you see recently when they seized Maduro, all the power went out in Venezuela. So it's like, they've demonstrated their capacity to do these things. And the media has allowed them to have like pretty much this ambiguity about how they've done it. They kind of like gaslit the entire public into believing that we didn't even have this capacity, that it was their own fault, essentially.
You're talking about the American media? You're saying that the American media framed it that Venezuela is just weak and that we're not that strong?
No, hear me out. Hear me out, Alex. You'll understand what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this, is in 2017, when Trump was first in power, okay, his first term, we wanted to get rid of Maduro, okay?
Yeah.
So what we did was we cut out
even
the power
Biden
in
wanted to get
Venezuela.
rid of Maduro, allegedly. But go ahead, sorry.
So we cut out the power in Venezuela for about 3 days, I believe. And this was back in like 2017. And we had a puppet named Juan Guaido, who we tried to implement into power. This was, Mike Pompeo and John Bolton's idea. And essentially, we turned the power off in Venezuela. Well, we did that again when we seized Maduro. And the stories that came out of the media back in 2017 essentially were just, the blackouts in Venezuela were caused by mismanagement, by the Maduro regime. It was communists. They can't run an electrical grid, essentially.
Yeah, but we did it.
It was
saying, it was obviously us that did it.
Yeah, we were testing out our technology, essentially, and showing our ability to do this thing. So let's go even further now. This Venezuelan oil. We've seized Maduro. We get this oil under our control. And this oil is, low quality crude oil. But I mean, who's the number one person who needs this oil? I would say it's India. India needs this crude oil.
Well, India has a lot of oil already. I would say. I mean, when you say China and Russia need it more, though. I mean, maybe I'm not an oil expert, but I guess India needs it to process it.
Well, think of it this way. So the reason why Russia was able to maintain their war economy in Ukraine was because of the sale of oil to India predominantly and to China. And if we were able to supply that oil to India, we could cut out Russia completely and supply a superpower with oil that we got for free that we looted from Venezuela, essentially. So, let's talk. So this is where the conspiracy comes in, Alex. So I need you to,
I'm following. I'm following.
All right, this is the conspiracy, Alex. The conspiracy is this: is by causing this war in Iran, by destabilizing the Gulf, we have artificially raised the value of all this Venezuelan oil. Not only that, if you are somebody who's interested in oil exploration, where would you rather set up business in?
Well, I've heard that conspiracy. Yeah, no, this is going to kill all the Gulf states because now, they're not going to be able to get insurance for the refineries. It's going to totally mess up their business just in the future, not even what's just currently happening by getting messed up, is that it's going to cause a lot of the businesses that were relying on them to, feel a little nervous to continue to get them because they know that it's very volatile. So, yeah, so I understand that is true. That's a big side effect.
So I'm just wondering if the volatility in the Middle East is a prerequisite to making this oil more desirable, and if this is an attempt by us, America, to move the sphere of the oil influence from east to west, essentially, by creating a circumstance.
The Western Hemisphere, you're probably right, because they keep saying they want to go after Cuba too, and then if Cuba's the last domino to fall, well, basically America will run the whole entire Western Hemisphere.
Cuba is having mass protests right now because they've had 2 weeks straight blackout. No power at all. And people can't live like that in 2026, man. I hate to say, current year, but I mean, electricity, our great-grandparents had electricity. You know what I mean? Like, this is kind of ridiculous, but, I'm not picking sides. Obviously, I was born in America. I'm going to pick our side, and I voted for Trump. But, as far as seeing, every element of what's happening, I don't have all the information. And, as far as the Iran debacle, I don't have the information that they had when they made that decision. So for me to say it was completely stupid to make that decision, it's not really my call to make. But so far, it seems pretty stupid, though, Alex. I'll say that.
I think so. I think it's a little. We're fighting an opponent that's pretty formidable, considering that they have a much larger army than the Taliban had, or even that Iraq had when we invaded them. And this is not going to be a cakewalk like I think Donald Trump tried to, sell it to the American people that it was.
the Persians I've noticed are different from the Arabs too. The Persians are very intelligent. Very intelligent.
Dude, I got some Persian friends. They're great. They're smart, and the Persian women are good looking. I'm not just saying that. So,
they're hot. They're hot.
Yeah, they're
Alex.
hot. They're like big booty Latinas.
Hey, I'm gonna get out of your hair though. I want to let other people have time to call. Okay, I just want to throw that little conspiracy past you.
Thank you. I think you're right. I think that's a valid arguments. Thank you for calling in. Well, guys,
Much
call
love,
in.
guys.
See ya. Guys, the phone lines are open. The number is scrolling right there at the bottom, 214-216-6169. You guys want to talk about Venezuela? You want to talk about Ethan Ralph? You want to talk about whatever? I don't really give a damn. We can talk about the Dabbleverse. I know you guys have been really dialed into the Dabbleverse. The Dabbleverse is having a little bit of a resurgence right now. You know, it's like a roller coaster. It has waves up and down, up and down. Let's see what we got. This is a Louisiana number in Baton Rouge.
Call from
Jay.
Yo, what up, Jay? How you doing, my friend?
Greetings from Baton Rouge, Pimp. How are you?
Dude, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Things are crazy, though. How's the gas prices in Baton Rouge right now? Are they higher or are they okay?
Oh, no, they're very much higher. They're north of $3 a gallon, which for here is sky high.
Yeah, I just filled up. It's annoying as heck. But, yeah, no, things are crazy right now. I hope things get, cooled down, but I'm just kind of worried because I think there's going to be an economic recession. But I'm not an economist, so don't go by my opinion. That's just what I hear other people say. I'm basically parroting.
Well, speaking of that, I want to ask you this. What are your thoughts on the housing market right now, interest rates, et cetera? Do you see anything improving anytime soon? The reason I'm asking, my son is in the market right now. He wants to buy his first home, and I'm kind of like, man, I don't know. Should you wait? Should you pull the trigger now?
I would definitely. Well, Jay, that's a great question because I was actually looking at buying some property. I was thinking about buying something maybe in Nevada or Florida, and I've been looking. The prices are a little bit lower, but I think that if we wait, I could be wrong, 2 months, 3 months down the road, that our economy is going to be totally different. And if we do have a recession, it's going to be a buyer's market. But even like if you look at 2008, when the financial crash happened and the housing market totally collapsed, the prices didn't really go down that much. So the prices of homes are going to be pretty stable, but I think you're going to be able to save $20, $30, $40, $50,000 depending on how much that house is. So I would definitely say that it's going to be a buyer's market. Maybe not right this minute, but in the next 2 or 3 months, I wouldn't doubt it. I think that'd be a good time to buy.
I was actually thinking the exact same thing, so I do appreciate you backing me up on that.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I'll have to replay this show so he can hear it because
Well, you just tell him, Jay. You're the dad. I'm just saying. You tell him, hey, listen, I support you. I think you're actually in a sweet spot, but let's just see what happens. Let's just wait about 2 months. Because this war is going to end. I think how it's going to end is Donald Trump's going to come to the negotiation table with Putin. He's going to lift the sanctions off of Putin. And Donald Trump will be able to sell this to the American people by ending the Ukraine war that he had to start the Iran war. And he'll get a 2-for-1. And we'll all be happy about it because really at the end of the day, a lot of Americans are not going to be sad that a terrorist regime that wants to kill us is dead. People will be sad that their gas prices are up. And I think a lot of that will correct. So even though they'll be temporarily mad, I think at the end of the day, if he can end 2 wars at one time, he'll be able to sell that to the American people as a victory.
That'd be great, man. I'm like you. I'm a veteran myself, from Afghanistan and Iraq, and I'm very much anti-war. Like I don't want our boots on the ground over there at all. Believe me. However, there are some necessary evils. I'm a Judeo-Christian, like you say. Like I support the Jewish people, not necessarily the Jewish government.
I agree. No, that makes a lot of sense. That's a very clear statement. And a lot of people have been. Pete Hegseth, I think he's had some fumbles and some stuff he's been pretty good about. But I didn't think that was fair how they got mad at him for buying the troops lobster and stuff. I don't think that's that big a deal. Did you think that was an unnecessary outrage online?
I'm sorry, Alex. I kind of lost you there for a second. Pete Hegseth bought the troops what?
Well, so everybody was getting mad at Pete Hegseth because he increased, I think, the food budget for the military, and they've been getting crab legs and lobster. And that doesn't bug me. If they want to feed our troops well, I think that's good. I think our veterans and our troops, if anybody deserves to eat well, it's them. You didn't see a lot of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm saying there was a big viral campaign where they were trying to cancel him for upping the military budget because he was giving them a bunch of good food. And I thought that was stupid. Who cares? If the soldiers want to eat a little better, I'm all for that.
I would have killed for that when I was over there.
Did y'all not eat any? Wait, when y'all went to Afghanistan, though, they always say the rumors that before you go start a war that they feed you steak and lobster. Did you never get steak and lobster?
No, I didn't. In fact, the best meal I had while I was over there was on Christmas. Outback Steakhouse. I know they're probably not a sponsor of yours, but I'll give them a shout out.
Yeah, we'll give them a shout out.
Outback.
No rules, just right. They're a good steakhouse. We like Outback.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. I'm poor white trash from South Louisiana. Good steak, Outback. Yeah. I got it.
They got the good bread. I like Outback.
Oh, yeah. They sent, umpteen thousand meals to us, and they served it to us, on Christmas Day. We had steaks and baked potatoes and a little bit of salad. Man, it was, at the time, the best meal I'd ever had in my life after eating MREs and Army.
Were you eating that many MREs? Because people were also saying that was a psyop, or it was a soldier just showing him how he made his MRE, and it was like spaghetti and meatballs, or it was a beef stroganoff. And everybody was getting mad. They're like, would you want to eat beef stroganoff? Because, really, if you look at an MRE, it doesn't look that great. But obviously the soldier is kind of he wasn't really complaining. He was just saying, this is what I eat in tough situations. And people were like, this is what they eat all the time. They misinterpreted the video. But the MREs, how bad are they? I know you're not eating an MRE for every meal. So, are they as bad as they say? Are they, sufficient when you're in, a tough battle, like being in Afghanistan?
Oh, yeah, they'll fill you up. They'll make a turd, so to speak. But, like while you're over there, you get used to them. You have your favorites, like the chili mac, man. Everybody loved the chili mac. Of course, the peanut butter crackers that come with it and everything. You get used to it, and you have your favorites. But for me, when I got out, I was like, I never want to eat one ever again.
Yeah, of course not. Yeah.
It's not gourmet.
Especially in Louisiana, the food capital of the world. That's one thing that people don't realize is that if you put all the states and you ranked them, Louisiana probably has the best cuisine of all states, I would say. Would you agree, or who do you think has the best food?
Absolutely, I would agree. I'm a little biased, but you spent a lot of time down here. You went to LSU.
I went to LSU, but I'm just saying, Cajun food is the best. Everybody likes Cajun food, and seafood's always good, but there's just something about jambalaya, etouffee that you can't really get everywhere else, or at least not the right etouffee and the right jambalaya. And I think that's why Louisiana has such a good food culture. So if anybody has a chance to go there, especially the New Orleans area has some of the best restaurants in the world.
Yes. Pro tip, if you're traveling around the country and you spot a restaurant outside of Louisiana that claims to be Cajun, don't waste your time. It's a disappointment. And don't let it ruin actual Cajun food for you. So
my favorite was Emerald. I used to love Emerald's show on Food Network, on the Food Network. He was the best.
Yeah, he's got a couple of places in New Orleans.
And I know it's expensive, but it's good. Well, Jay, thank you so much for calling in. Where's he doing? No. You go ahead. Where's he putting one?
He's actually bringing a restaurant to Baton Rouge at LaBerge Casino, by the way. So, hey, next time you're down here, it's on me. We'll go to Emerald's at LaBerge.
I would love to. I'm gonna hit you up, and you need
to come back. You know the Jay you're talking to, right?
I know the Jay that I'm talking to. I don't want to dox you, Jay. I know exactly who I'm talking to.
I appreciate that. But yeah, man, let me know when you're back in town, and
we're gonna go to Emerald's. We're gonna get some of that good, real deal Cajun food. Well, Jay, you're the man. Thank you for your service. Thank you for keeping us safe, brother.
I appreciate it very much, Alex. Good to see you on this late at night. I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, thank you for watching. All right, guys, the phone line's open. Jay's a good buddy of mine. I really appreciate it. Guys, if you're a friend or foe, the phone lines are open. You guys can call in. Just support the stream by hitting the like button. If you guys want to send a super chat, we'll accept that as well. The number is 214-216-6169. And I think everybody, we've all been in agreement. Everybody online is sharing these polls where 90% of people are in favor of this war. And I am in favor of our troops. I like my promise in a never-ending.
Call from
0.
Yo, you're live with the Pimp on a Blimp. How you doing this Saturday night? Or now it's Sunday morning.
Prime time 99.
The Pimp on a Blimp, dude. Live, dude. We're live.
Yes, sir.
What do you got for us?
Hey, man, it's great. Well, I just wanted to, I saw you're live. I want to chime in, say hello. It's been a while since I talked with you, but loved, everything that you've been doing and wanted to just pitch in a little bit as far as the show tonight.
Well, what do you think's going on with this war? Are you happy? Are you against it? Are you for it? What's your opinion?
The war in Iran is not good. It's not good for America. It's not good for a lot of people around the world, in my view. To me, this is a continuation of the overall arching agenda, which is moving towards a very specific conclusion to where power will be consolidated, and they're going to, it's basically the 2030 agenda, everything that the World Economic Forum, all that kind of stuff with UN agendas that they have. Wait,
I have to cut you off real quick. Don't lose your train of thought, but you're exactly right, because now I saw CNN is interviewing people from the Council of Foreign Relations. It's all of these globalist conglomerates that they're getting information about this war. So you're exactly right. Sorry, I hope you didn't lose your train of thought.
No, not at all. You're exactly. This is, so they do things incrementally, okay? And so they pushed really hard with COVID 1984, really hard, okay? And then they set some very real expectations and parameters around what it's going to take to be able to participate in society, okay? Everything from the digital ID, the climate agenda, which is all about control.
Palantir, so they can just all AI, just do face scan us and know exactly where we are, where we're shopping, and cut our credit cards off. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're absolutely right. That is essentially the digital ID will be our biometrics. And it's going to be linked into every aspect of our lives, from a social credit score to our banking to everything. And so what I think that this is currently with the current war situation, like I said, is an extenuation of the previous crises that have led us to this moment, leading towards an ultimate goal through a series of pre-planned crises. So it's problem, reaction, solution always, because the people will never just go along willingly with their agenda. So they have to create a series of crises in order to justify it and to get the people to go along with it. And so this, to me, I don't trust it. If you look at all of these other countries, even the ones that are supposedly at war with each other right now, they were all on board with the COVID agenda, for example. You know what I mean? Like they were all doing,
let me cut you off though. This does feel like COVID 2.0. I mean, I know they're not making us get a vaccine and they're not making us wear a mask, but just the propaganda behind it, where the media is lying and saying that we're all supporting it when that's not the case. If you look at social media, a lot of people are against this war. There are some people that support it, but it feels just like the propaganda campaign that we faced during COVID.
Well, yeah, the first Trump agenda, or the last Trump administration, Big Pharma was the big winner there, and it pushed along that agenda, which has AI built into it, right? With everything, with our health, our jobs, everything. Like AI is going to take over all that stuff, and then now in this current Trump administration, now this time it's the military-industrial complex's turn. Okay, Last time it was Big Pharma's turn. This time it's the military-industrial complex's turn. Ultimately, still building that complete surveillance and police state that's going to be taking place right now. That's coming, and the thing is that AI is going to be a complete game changer, in my view, when you couple this complete, this whole scenario.
No, well, I want to stop. You're exactly right, because you know what's going to end up happening potentially if we do come to the negotiation table with Russia. What they say is that Iran is not going to negotiate unless we get rid of our military bases in the Middle East, and Trump will be able to sell it to the American people. Well, we don't have any military bases anymore, but I'm the anti-war president. We don't need it. Israel's got it. Iran's got it. Russia's got it. We don't need to be there anymore. But what they'll say is we need more military bases in America, which I would say that we probably do because we've had this massive, immigration problem. But they're going to put military bases in America to police the American citizens, not to actually stop, foreign invaders. They're going to actually use the military to come after us, domestic terrorists, quote unquote. So I'm a little worried, and I think you're exactly right that we are going to be the target of the next, quote unquote, war.
Well, history shows that all weapons of war end up making their way back home and are turned against us, we the people. We have seen that time and time again. So, Ron Paul said that he worried that a border wall wouldn't be meant to keep the people out, but to keep us in, type of a thing. So that must be taken into consideration for sure.
Wow, wait, Rand Paul said Ron Paul, because that is true. They haven't built the wall yet, but if they do, it's not going to keep foreign invaders out. It's going to keep us locked in. Wow, that's dark, but probably 100% correct.
Yeah, Ron Paul. The dad.
Ron is dad. Yeah, there's something to that. Now I'm starting to kind of doubt my support for the wall because, you're exactly right. Those foreign, whatever we use on foreign property, on foreign land, we're going to use domestically.
Well, and see what I'm seeing now. Okay, so with the Great Reset, the World Economic Forum was talking about was the Great Reset, and so there was so much pushback after the fallout of COVID-19 that the World Economic Forum and the New World Order, they all had to rebrand essentially, and Klaus stepped it down and they tried to downplay it and say, okay, that's all going away, and now Trump's in charge and all this kind of stuff, but that agenda is continuing to take place now. It doesn't matter who the front man is. Okay. So like we are on the precipice. What I'm worried about is this economic system that's a big part of the economic or the Great Reset that they're talking about. It's not just economic, but it will be every aspect of our life. And it is the 2030 agenda that Rosa Corey tried to warn us about, which is a milestone in the United Nations Agenda 21 ultimately, but this is the plan that's taking place right now. A lot of on some levels these groups that are at war with each other they're also on the same side. So
yes, dude, it's all political theater. No, you're right. You're exactly right. It's like how we're fighting a proxy war with Russia, and Russia knows that we're involved in that war, and we know that China and Russia are giving military information to Iran, but we're not going to attack them. It's like you're exactly right. It's kind of like we're at a war with them, but we don't want to go full war. We don't want to fully attack their allies because we know that there's going to be, it's just going to open up Pandora's box more. So you're exactly right. Like it's all kind of just a fake, and not that it's not really happening, but it's all BS, and we're not even getting the real story of why we're even in this conflict.
Well, and the conflicts, in my view, are necessary for them to achieve like the next phases of their agenda. Essentially, like you got to break a few eggs. You know what I mean? Kind of, scenario.
Oh, I know, to make an omelet. I know you got to break a few. You got to crack a few eggs.
Hey, Alex, what's your take on this whole BB drama?
I think he's gone. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I think it's very weird that his son Yair Netanyahu, who is posting, he averaged 30 to 50 Twitter posts a day over the last year, and he hasn't posted in now 7 days because it's Sunday morning here in Dallas. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe he's still alive, but you had the Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent. There was a viral video where he came back. He was starting an interview, then he got called to the Situation Room, and when he came back, he was stuttering. I mean, he couldn't even talk. So I wouldn't be surprised if Bibi Netanyahu was incapacitated, was in a coma, was on life support. And I mean, I could be totally wrong, but I think it's weird that we haven't seen him. So I don't think things are looking good for Bibi.
Man, yeah, it would be wild. This guy's been calling for war for like 40 years, and for him to get smoked in the first 2-3 weeks would be pretty wild.
I mean, I don't want anybody to die, but I think they call that poetic justice, but I don't know. I mean, maybe somebody else will get mad about that, but the guy that started the war gets taken out by it. I mean, that's Alanis Morissette is pretty ironic.
Now that song's going to be stuck in my head all day.
Yeah, 10,000 spoons, and all you need is a knife or whatever it is. Well, dude, thank you so much for calling. You stay safe, brother.
Thanks, Alex. Have a great night, bro.
Yeah, you too. All right, guys, the phone lines are open. We're going to open them back up. Call in. I saw some girl named Jocelyn's been trying to call in. The phone lines are open. The number right there is on the screen, 214-216-6169. We're taking your calls all night. I know it's early. It's only 10 p.m. and what is it? What time is it? 10 p.m. in California, 10:30. Here you go.
Call from
Andrew Wolf.
Andrew, you're live with the Pimp on a Blimp. What's happening, brother?
Wow, this is a huge honor. I was not sure I was going to get through.
You made it, dude. You made it, Wolf.
I made it.
Dude, you have that dog in you.
I just wanted to say that I'd like to recommend people listen to the Tucker and Brett Weinstein interview from.
That was real quick. I had to
yesterday?
cut you off. That was a great interview, and Brett Weinstein's getting totally killed for that, which is ridiculous. Have you seen how much they're coming after Brett for just being very honest in that interview?
Yeah, for sure. It's fucked up, and now they're gonna put Tucker in jail.
I know, for not
That's whack,
registering
but-
as a foreign agent, it's bullshit. I think Tucker will be okay because I think technically, and I'm not an attorney or whatever, but they have to prove that he's getting paid for all these foreign interviews and not just monetizing it through, his podcast. They actually have to prove that he's a foreign agent. And I know Tucker. I know he's not. I know that he's not getting paid from Qatar or paid from wherever. He might go speak there,
Right.
but he's doing that for free. I promise you that.
Well, and it sounds like he is from the CIA himself. So it's a
Yeah, his dad was in the CIA. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe
So it's probably-
if he is in the CIA, well, I want to say this: John Kirikow is an ex-CIA guy that's calling out Israel, that's calling out a lot of stuff. So there are some good people in the CIA. There's some white hats in the CIA that actually are Americans that want to help American citizens.
That's true. That's true. I mean, it's also possible that it could be one more psyop to make us think it's
That's
real.
true.
And it's all a huge
That's
play.
very true.
But I just wanted to add one observation I had in regards to that Brett Weinstein thing. Because he was talking about the Epstein files and how our whole government is corrupt and Trump voters are feeling mad and angry and betrayed. And I was thinking, yeah, that's true, but it's kind of too bad that when Joe Biden was in office for 4 years doing all that crazy COVID shit with Fauci and on and on and on, then Joe Biden's half dead. But yet,
Auto pin president.
Exactly. But all my Democrat friends, none of them called it out. They were like, well, yeah, I mean, it's not a big deal. But it is nice to see real diehard MAGA people like you have no problem. I'm stepping up and saying, no, this is not cool. This is wrong. This is bullshit. And we're not going to take it and go along with the lies that are being forced down our throats. So
Well, to be honest, well, I
you.
appreciate that, but to be honest, they put out that poll. They said 90% of MAGA supports this war. I don't think that's true because I've had
That's
these
bullshit.
tweets. That's such bullshit because I've had these tweets where I've been speaking out against the war, and they've been getting a million. Some of my biggest tweets have been me speaking out against it, and most of my supporters are Trump voters. So I'm just going from my test, my sample size. They're not for it. Yes, there are some people arguing with me. Oh, we got to do this. We got to do this. We love this war. They have nuclear weapons. But I think that is the minority of people that are very pro-war, especially now that we're going on 2 weeks and it doesn't look like any of our objectives have necessarily been achieved like Trump said they have been.
Yeah, and I feel like those sentiments were on the national stage back in, when was that, June or July, that TPUSA thing that Charlie Kirk hosted, and Tucker was there, Megan was there.
You're talking about AmFest? You're talking about America?
Yeah, AmFest. Yeah. My bad. But that was a huge thing, and I didn't really see that from my Democrat counterparts, 4 years ago, and
No, you're exactly right. You're exactly right. But what's crazy is that we have a lot of neocons in power that want this war, but we do have some neoliberals that like this war stuff too. So I guess I've seen a lot of kickback. They've been going after Trump about the school. They've been going after Hegseth about the food, how he's been giving our soldiers lobster and stuff. So I don't know. I don't see AOC and a lot of those squad people that are very pro-Palestine saying jack shit about this war. And I think that their silence is almost compliance and that they might like it.
Yeah. I think the real divide is the people that see what's going on and are not cool with it and don't trust our government, and the people who still think that the government are like the good people.
Dude,
like we need Joe Biden back.
They've been lying about how many people have died in this war. They won't even tell us, and they're saying, "Oh, it's Operation Security." That's bullshit. If somebody dies, we deserve to know their name so we can honor their death. So it's ridiculous. Just seeing the misinformation they're giving us on how many soldiers have been KIA killed in action. That is why I already didn't believe the government, but now I know that they're full of shit.
100%. It's super sad, and it makes us all really angry. And I can't imagine how I'd feel if my family were in the military right now. And especially if I had voted for Trump and I have to sit through this. I mean, goddamn, like what?
Dude, you're right.
How much worse could it get?
And I'm a Trump supporter, and I want to give him the benefit of the doubt and be like, oh, they twisted his arm. Maybe he's in the Epstein files or blackmailing him or something. But it just seems like he's just out of touch with reality, because he keeps on saying this war is over. We've knocked out their whole entire military. Yet they're continually bombing Israel. They're continually causing drama. So they still have bombs. So that's not. Yeah, maybe we've sunk a lot of their ships. They still have some ships. Apparently, one of the recent bombs that hit Tel Aviv came from an underwater bomb, or you know what I mean? It was shot under, from some boat, some submarine or something. So Iran's not as destitute as Donald Trump's telling us.
Hell no. No, he's really been losing his mind. What was that, like on Monday? He said the war is over and it's also just beginning. He's starting to go down that path of Joe Biden, where it's just like, who is this guy? Is he an actor? Are there multiple actors? And speaking of that, did you see that clip of Trump and supposedly Melania walking to the car from the airplane? And it's like not Melania. It's a fucking body double or something.
I think that's an old video though, right?
Oh, really? I just
no. I know. I think I saw an old video a long time. Like when I say old, like within the past year, where it looked like it was supposed to be Melania and it clearly wasn't. And somebody took a picture and it doesn't, like, it's like just not Melania. But I wouldn't be surprised. Saddam Hussein had 20 body doubles. Trump definitely has a body double. Melania has a body double. They just do that for OPSEC, operational security, or whatever you want to call it. Like, they definitely have doubles.
Yeah. Well, I think the bottom line is we really don't know what's going on, and the people in power are going to do what they want to do with our support or without it, and it could get scary. I think you're right. This is like a pre-COVID feeling, and I don't really know how that plays out. Like, there's not going to be a vaccine, but like, is it going to be worse? Is it going to be like
a draft?
Here is
a draft potentially.
Well, that would be insane. That would be off the chain. But what could be even worse are like major power outages, and the grid goes down. There's no internet.
If they took off the internet if the internet went down for 5 hours, people would probably start a civil war. Imagine if it was 5 days. Yeah. I mean, it'd be insane.
Yeah. Well, God bless you, and
thank you so much for calling in, dude.
I'll tell my friends.
Tell them all that you talked to the Pimp on a Blimp. Thank you, dude. All right, guys, the phone lines are open again. Call in. The number is 214-216-6169. We appreciate everybody calling in. We got a lot of people watching. A lot of people watching on X. Thank you for all the people that are watching on X right now as well. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Oh, shoot. We should have gone live on a few other channels here. Let me see if I can go live on go live.
Call from
Francis.
Francis, how you doing, my friend?
Hey, how's it going? It's nice to be talking to you.
Hey, well, I appreciate you calling in, dude. What do you think about what's happening in the world today? It's pretty insane, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like everybody's said everything there is to be said about that. I don't see how anyone could support it. But the real reason I wanted to call you was to show some appreciation for the way that you confronted Vivek a little bit earlier this year. I thought that was pretty crazy.
Well, yeah, Ramaswamy, but he's best friends with Vance, and I don't know if you saw the most recent polling shows him losing to the Democrat in the upcoming Ohio governor's election.
Yeah, I think I saw something like that. The thing that really stuck out to me when you confronted him was just how flustered he was when you brought that up.
Yeah, because real quick, I have to go, Joe, because he's a fake dude. He is a anchor baby, and I liked some of his talking points, but then what did he say online? He's got to go offline because he's getting bullied so much. I thought Indians were good at the internet, so he's not even a good Indian at the internet. So he's
I
a
almost
fraud.
wanted to support him when he was running. You're right, he is a total fake. I can't say it's that disappointing. I know better now, but yeah, it was just crazy how flustered he was and how he immediately resorted, because he's internet smart. He knows who you are, so he immediately tried to patronize you, and act like you're his best buddy and he loves you so much. And I really like the way you just drilled him and then forced him to admit that him and Vance had been best friends forever. And
named his son. Vance named his son after him, Vivek. What do you think about Vance? Because I think
no one likes Vance.
Yeah, I know, and he's really not that likable. And I know that he's the vice president, but he just got that nomination from Trump. He just won because of Trump. And now that they say Rubio's the guy that they want to put in, but I would be very skeptical of a conservative being able to win in the 2028 election. I think it's going to go to the Democrats, and I hope I'm wrong, but really at this point, it's a letter next to somebody's name. It's all a uniparty. It really doesn't matter if it says D or R.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great segue to my real question I have for you, which is related to what I just mentioned. What do you think the odds are, if God forbid something happened to Trump and he was assassinated, or even worse, if Vance ended up being elected in 28, what do you think the odds of him picking Vivek as his vice president would be?
Oh gosh, I didn't even think about that. Dude, I didn't even think about that. Oh my gosh, dude, I didn't even think about that conspiracy. If he picked Vivek Ramaswamy as his running partner, well, I think it would ensure that he would lose, because a bunch of conservatives are not going to vote for a brown guy that's an anchor baby. So that would be.
What if Trump's out of the picture and then Vance is president by default?
Well, it would help him as the incumbent, but he's going to have to pick a vice president when he decides to run for the election in 2028, and it's not going to be Rubio. So, because they're beefing, Rubio and him are going to probably have a very contentious primary, I'd imagine. So, I don't know. I don't think anything is determined yet. You can look at all those prediction markets, and now they say Rubio's higher, but I'm telling you, we need to be careful about President Gavin Newsom. That guy has been working his butt off. His social media team's actually kind of sharp. They're able to troll a little bit. They're kind of memeing like the right memes. So I just, we got a bunch of libtards in the world. We got a bunch of people that are frustrated with the conservative party that were Trump voters. There's moderate voters that, voted conservative. So I'm almost more worried about the left winning the election. But if he picks Vivek as his running partner, we're trolling Vivek. We're not going to let Vivek. We don't need a brown vice president, dude.
Yeah, well, I'll let somebody else talk, but I just wanted to say that was really something to behold.
Well, you're too nice.
I feel like,
we're going to confront some more. We'll play it later, but we're going to go start confronting more politicians. I've been pumping the brakes on that, but I'm about to start hitting the gas on that ass, and we're going to be confronting more politicians in the near future. Well, thank you for calling in. I'm going to open up the phone line.
I imagine it's a lot harder nowadays. They probably are all hiding away, but
they are. They see me coming. They start running.
I've been a fan of you for a while.
Well, dude, thank you for supporting the stream, dude. And we're going to be doing more of these. We're going to do more call-ins, so don't be shy. Call in anytime. All right, guys.
I am shy, so thank you.
Well, hey, dude. Well, this is an exercise on how to not be shy. Every time you're going to call in, it'll get more comfortable. All right, dude, stay safe. All right, guys. All right, let me open up the phone lines. The number is 214-216-6169. What's up, guys? What's up, Right Side Rebel? I see you guys on X. Thank you guys for watching on X. If you want to call in, the number is At the bottom of the screen, 214-216-6169. Have you noticed every caller so far that's called in has not been in favor of this war? That seems like a big sign to me. I want to try to get on this Suleiman space, but if Suleiman's not there, they're not going to let me up. They always get scared. Well, let's see.
Call from
Brian.
Is that Brian or Ryan?
What's up, Alex? It's Brian.
Brian, welcome to the Pimp on a Blimp late night stream. What do you got for us, dude?
How you doing, Alex? I was just listening to a little bit of the conversation that you guys were having earlier, probably just a couple of minutes ago, and I just want to. I just tuned in, man, probably just like a minute ago, and I just wanted to ask, like, you guys can laugh at me all you want. I know it's kind of like a meme at this point, but I've seen that Republicans are becoming like, discouraged from the Republican Party with Trump going to war and all this and that. I'm not proposing voting for Democrat. I would never do that. But, like, how come you guys don't give libertarians a chance?
Oh, I agree. I like a lot of aspects of libertarianism. I was thinking I might run for president in the Libertarian Party. I don't know if I'll win the nomination, but there's some aspects of libertarianism that may be too loosey-goosey, but a lot of it I vibe with. I love I love Rand Paul. I love Ron Paul. I think we do need to consider libertarians, but you and I both know that we have a rigged political system where we have a uniparty and that the puppet masters love it.
I agree. My proposal is just like, don't vote for any of these parties if they're both rigged. If they're rigged, that means they're cheating, Like, that's how I see it. So I won't get involved in, I guess, duopoly, right? So ever since I've been 18, I'm like 33 right now. And ever since I've been 18, I voted for libertarians. Even though, I don't even agree with a lot of libertarian presidential candidates, to be honest, like Gary Johnson and
well, Gary Johnson,
the
last guy was Chase Oliver. He was gay, which is, I don't know if we need a gay guy.
Yeah, I think he was pretty lame on the COVID lockdowns. That's why.
He was vaccinated. He was a pro-mask guy. That's not very libertarian of him.
Not really. It's all choice. You get the choice if you want to be vaccinated and wear masks. It shouldn't be mandated,
Exactly right. If you guys do want to take the vaccine, honestly, if that makes you sleep a little better at night, I'm not even against it being offered to people. I actually do agree with that.
Yeah, that's my. I was also. I don't know if you listen to Nick Fuentes as well.
Oh, I listen to Nick a little bit. I hear his clips quite often. He's got some good political takes for sure.
Yeah, I agree with him quite a bit, except when he says, "I'm going to vote for Democrat this time." It's like, why? Democrats, they hate you.
To be fair, though, and I'm not speaking for Nick. I think he's doing that to rage bait people a little bit. I don't know if he really wants a Democrat to win. I know that he doesn't like Vance. I know that he doesn't like Rubio. And I know that he looks at the whole Trump administration as compromise. So I do agree that he doesn't want to vote conservative. But I can't imagine he would actually go into the voting booth and vote Democrat. But I don't know. He has. I've seen a lot of clips of him saying to do that. But I also think he's doing that to try to put pressure on the conservatives that have iced him out.
Yeah, I agree, too, because it's insane. Like, I agree with his stance on the vice president. It's like, where did he come from? Who is he? And then he was a never-Trumper at one point. So why is he running as his vice? It's a little odd.
Dude, he was the biggest never-Trumper. They played that clip where he said never Trump on. He's on CNN. He's on Fox News. He's on every mainstream media outlet. I think there's like 6 different big outlets he's on saying that he doesn't support Trump. How do you get the nominee with that? If you and I criticize Trump, dude, he would not even let us at the White House. You know what I mean? He would just cut off all access to a normal person. But somehow he was a never-Trumper. But because he works for Peter Thiel, he gets the nomination. It just makes me have a lot more questions than answers.
Yeah, my question is, if you're Trump, why would you pick him as your vice if he was a never-Trumper?
I thought that was weird, too. Maybe he's just getting bad information. Some of this, I heard Alex Jones saying it, that Trump is incredibly sophisticated and smart when it comes to certain things. Other things, he's not, because he's not perfect. You know what I mean? So he's probably relying on...
at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm saying he's going with his gut. And sometimes your gut is wrong. Most of the time, your probably gut feelings are right. And I'm not even trying to do that to try to give him, an excuse for not I guess, basically selling out the American people by saying that he's going to not support new Middle East wars, and he just started the biggest Middle East war that America's ever been involved in. So I want to give him the benefit of the doubt, but I'm starting to really get frustrated because I'm starting to see that American people are being killed in a war that didn't need to happen today. It was a war of choice, and now we don't even get to choose when it ends. It's going to be Iran's decision.
It's unfortunate, man. I mean, he did run on no new wars, and I was actually thinking about voting for him, voting for a Republican presidential candidate for the first time about 2 years ago. And
who'd you vote for?
Chase Oliver.
Oh, so you did vote?
I mean, we don't have any good options, man.
I know. Hey. I think honestly, you doing that means you have a lot of integrity. So I can't hate on you for that. I can't hate on you. And you know what? I think a little bit of your vote was right. I mean, I don't want to totally cancel Trump's presidency yet, because I think that he can get out of this if he can get into the negotiation room with Iran's ally, with Russia, and he can lift the sanctions off Russia, which he already lifted the sanctions off their oil, and then in the Ukraine war as well, he'll be able to sell that to the American people. All the people that love the AI slop and love Fox News are going to be like, oh, this is so great. He had to start the war in the Ukraine war, and really it was all bullshit. It causes a bunch of problems. But I think he'll be able to convince us that this was necessary if he can do that.
Yeah, it'll be interesting what happens with this next 2 years, man. We'll see what's going on, but I appreciate you taking my call, man.
Thank you for calling in, dude. Have a good evening. All right, guys, the number is 214-216-6169. We just opened the phone lines back up. If you guys got something you want to talk about, you guys want to talk about the war, you want to talk about Bibi Netanyahu, who we have not heard from. It's going on a full week now. I think it's been 7 days. They've shared some video of him, and some people say it's an AI video. Some people say it's not, but I think it's very bizarre that his son, who hasn't tweeted in 7 days, who was tweeting on average 50 tweets a day and hasn't tweeted in 7 days. So I think we got a caller from Atlanta. Let's see.
Call from
Odin.
Logan, is that right? You're live with the Pimp on a Blimp. How you doing this evening?
Great, man. How are you?
I'm doing good. What do you got for us?
I don't know if you're right on the support for the war. I mean, AI George Washington said that it's a very popular war.
You saw that. You saw Glenn Beck doing that. I really was not impressed with that video. And, that was an old video. Went viral, but I saw it 6 months ago. And I respect Glenn, but I don't know who wants to watch that. I don't know what audience that is for, because, I mean, AI slop is the worst. And, yes, there's some funny AI videos out there, but I just don't know who that appeals to. That video is cringe.
He's the guy that was ranting and raving that AI is going to destroy the world, and now he's pushing. I don't know. It just seems weird. If Tucker needs to get arrested for being a agent of a foreign government, so does Glenn and Mark Levine and all these guys.
Well, Mark Levine, really, I mean, Glenn is pro-Israel, but I do believe that Glenn loves our country. Now, Mark Levine, that's totally different. Mark Levine, I don't even think he gives two shits about America. If he had to choose who could survive, if there's a train track, he had to pick the train is going to either run over America or run over Israel, he would have that train run over America all day long.
And then he'd have it back up and go over to get a couple more times.
Well, yeah, exactly, because he knows that he can just go run to Israel and be safe. But, now that Bibi Netanyahu, and there was that bunker buster bomb that he allegedly was in that bunker, I mean, and then there was information that he was in Germany, then he went back to Israel. I don't know if Israel is a very safe place to be right now, because Iran wants to turn into a parking lot. And and I'm not cheering that on, but there's a lot of people that are.
Yeah, but if Bibi dies and goes to hell, Satan's sending him back. He's too evil for hell.
I doubt it. I bet Satan and him they'd probably share some matzo ball soup or something. I don't know. I don't think he's coming back. I mean, Netanyahu's been wanting this war for 40 years, and I don't want anybody to die, but if he did die from the war that he wanted this bad, that is the definition of irony.
He would subvert all the demons, and they would rise up against Satan. I don't know.
Well, what if it was 5D chess?
Subversion.
What if Donald Trump was sick of Bibi Netanyahu trying to call the shots and getting all these donors mad at Trump? And what if Trump knew that was a possibility that Bibi could get taken out and he wouldn't have to worry about him anymore? Would you like that?
Yeah, but I don't see that as I don't know. He's not really the 5D chess guy. All the 5D chess stuff has kind of failed on me. So I don't know.
Well, wouldn't he be able to say it was 5D chess? So if he ends the Ukraine war too, you don't think he'd be able to sell that as 5D chess?
Yeah, he'd be able to sell it. He can sell anything.
Yeah, I mean, it
I
would
just
be
don't know
bullshit.
that.
I agree, it would be bullshit, but he'd be able to sell it.
Amen. Yeah, but this is getting scary, man. You're talking about a global depression, recession. If this keeps going, China stopped doing their weird daily flights over Taiwan, which many people are speculating that means they're thinking about going in.
Dude,
I don't know,
China
man.
is not scared of us any longer. If they were scared of us, they're not scared of us. And I don't think Russia's very scared of us either, because seeing how we're handling Iran in this asymmetrical warfare where Iran doesn't have to beat us in bombs, they can just go bomb our allies and it screws us over. You know what I mean? It's asymmetrical. They don't have to fight us. They fight our allies, and then that screws us. So I think that's a recipe for all of these foreign countries that are scared of us. They can just attack our allies that are defenseless, that are using us for, military support, when in reality, we can't even support them. We can't even support all these Gulf states that we have military bases on.
That's where this isn't my idea, so I stole it. But we need to tell these other countries, you need the Second Amendment. Like Taiwan, you need to arm up your citizens. Japan, arm up your citizens. Like if you get taken over, at least you can have your citizenry fight, because we can't do it. Sorry, do it yourselves.
I agree. We need to stop being the world police. It's not our problem, it's theirs. But at the same time, that's just not in reality how it works. But if they do come to the negotiation table, everybody's speculating that Iran is going to say that every single Middle East American military base has to go. And I think that's the case. Donald Trump could bring all of our troops back. The military-industrial complex will hate that. But the American people will probably be supportive of that. I would be in support of not – you think having all these military bases other places is so good. I don't even think it's that good. I want, to protect our southern border. I don't really care what happens in Lebanon or what happens in, bumfuck Middle East. Excuse my French.
Yeah, how dare Iran put their country up by all of our military bases? How dare they?
You're right. Exactly right. And then all of our THAAD missiles, our high altitude defense systems are all getting, knocked out. That's why we have to go take them from South Korea, who's worried about North Korea bombing them. So, we think that we're just having unlimited ammunition and unlimited weapons. It doesn't look like it's unlimited if we're having to go to these other countries and take military equipment from there and move it to the Middle East.
It takes us forever to rebuild it. Like, what do we get? Like 100 Tomahawks a year, something like that? It's not good.
I know. And yes, we've knocked out a lot of Iran's ballistic, capability with their ballistic missiles, but that's probably bullshit, because if they have 80,000 bombs, then they got plenty more. You know what I mean? They say that we've knocked them all out. I don't think that's the case, because they're still bombing Israel.
They expended all their cheap, crappy ones first,
Yeah.
to then take out all of the Golden Dome, and then now they're sending in their big.
They're 2,000-pound payload bombs. Yeah, I saw that. And dude, that was the biggest scam. These Patriot interceptor missiles cost $1 million each, and they're sending $30,000 drones to knock out our weapons. So it's a war of attrition, and then we're losing the war of attrition because we're spending billions while they're spending millions.
Those are those stupid lawnmower drones. Look at China's drones. Those things are way more high tech than those crappy lawnmower drones that Iran uses.
You're exactly right. It's a scary situation. I hope Donald Trump is able to just get out of this. I don't have a lot of high hopes, though, because I think the neocons, the Lindsey Grahams, the Marco Rubios are going to they're going to say, and then you see Mark Levin, we cannot stop this war until there's boots on the ground. And if we get our military, servicemen on the ground in Iran, we're just going to have so many more casualties. And it's just, nobody should have to die for this war. It's just ridiculous.
And they're not done. Have you not seen that they're now got their sights set on the biggest military in the Middle East, Turkey? They're talking about going after Turkey.
Oh yeah, Turkey's next. I know Turkey's next. I saw that already. I forget what clip was it, but yeah, there's already like online beef. They're doing the problem reaction solution. The solution's Turkey, so now they're creating problems with Turkey so that we can have an excuse to go fight them. I mean, it's It's bad, dude. It's bad. It's the opposite of what we voted for.
One correction, real quick. One of your earlier callers was talking about just swapping out Venezuelan oil. There's different qualities of oil.
Yeah, theirs is really crude. No. Keep going, but theirs is really crude, and it takes a lot longer to refine.
Yeah. It takes a lot of processing. Iran's is really cheap, easy to process. So no matter what, like, it's not just swappable. You can't just swap out Venezuelan for Iranian. It's more expensive. No, there's a guarantee oil prices have to go up as you destroy the oil coming out of Iran. So it doesn't
Well, what I think is kind of bullshit is that we're in this war with Iran, and they have that Crag Island, or however you pronounce it, where they do all their oil refinery. We've bombed that area, but we haven't actually taken it out, because that's what they say, that they're sending this amphibious military unit to go take control over. I don't know if 2,500 soldiers are going to be able to take over that unit. If they really wanted to weaken Iran, why don't they bomb that? And they say they're not bombing it because it would just make the oil prices shoot up and just, create so much instability in the market. So I don't know. It seems like it's all fake and bullshit if that's the case.
You're 1,000% correct, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. Only time will tell. But do you think BB's dead or alive?
Oh, I think he's dead, but I think Satan may have sent him back.
Wow. All right. Well, thank you for calling. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Have a good evening. All right, guys. Let me open up the phone lines. The number is at the bottom of the screen, 214-216-6169. Make sure we got Morgan in the chat. What's up, Morgan? Make sure to hit that like button so more people can hear about the stream. But yeah, things are insane, not just in the Ukraine, but all over the Middle East.
Call from Grape Valley Guns. To accept.
Great Valley, you're live with the Pimp on a Blimp. What's happening, brother?
What's up, Alex? Thanks for taking my call.
Dude, my pleasure. Thank you for calling in. So what's on your mind?
Yeah, I wanted to ask you. So I saw pretty recently you posted this boxing video on YouTube. It kind of seemed like you were training for a fight.
I had a fight, and now it's about 2 years ago versus Mike Harrington. I won barely, but yeah, I did win. Are you a boxer?
No. I just I was checking out your channel because after you quit the primetime show, I noticed you weren't posting much on YouTube, and I had just searched you up one day recently and saw that. So I guess you just posted it kind of randomly.
I think that was an old video. Later. Yeah, I just I use that Opus AI, this AI editor. I don't think I ever posted that video, so I just reposted. I got to get back. I got to start posting. I've been so busy. I got a new show on Real America's Voice where I, it's Monday through Friday, 11 p.m. Eastern, and it's on cable. If you got Dish, it's channel 218. It's also on every smart TV. But I'm about to get back to creating a lot of content. I got about 7 city council meetings planned for the next 2 weeks. So I'm going to start getting back to making fun of politicians and just going berserk. I did have a viral video recently where I dressed as an Indian guy, and I talked about how I like to eat poop and drink cow poop. And Kash Patel reached out to Rav and already tried to get me in trouble. So I'm going to try to amp it up in regards to my, city council stuff, because it does have a big effect.
Nice. Yeah, I'm really happy to hear all that. Yeah, I was going to ask you what's next for your career and all that. So you just answered that. I didn't even know about that cable show you mentioned, so I'll definitely have to check that out.
Real America's Voice. I know we need to be posting it on my YouTube channel. I don't know why, but we just hired a guy from Timcast named Sean, where we're going to really amp up the YouTube stuff. So be on the lookout. We're going to have a lot more YouTube content. So I think that'll definitely help, keep me a little relevant. But I've been doing the show now. It's 6 weeks. Monday will be my 7th week. So if you guys on X or if you're on Instagram, we've been posting the clips. Please engage with the clips so Rav knows that I'm, still popping off. But yeah, dude, I'm about to really, I decided that this March, after this war, I can feel it in my bones that this is COVID 2.0. And COVID is where I kind of got, quote unquote famous, because I was speaking out against it. And I'm really going to amp up the energy and start making content calling out all the absurdity in the world, because the world's totally absurd again. Not that it was so great before, but it has gotten, we are in Whoville. It's Looney Tunes. It's like a cartoon world we're living in right now.
Yeah, regarding COVID 2.0, actually, so I'm a high school teacher, And randomly, our HR department recently sent out like this information, like they want everybody's measles vaccination records, just like it's a voluntary thing, but they made it seem like it's not voluntary.
Yeah.
And that was just super random. So that had me a little bit worried.
Well, they want to know everybody's
real
quick. They want to know everybody's vaccine because you saw that the Congress or the Senate passed where everybody's automatically registered for the draft. Now, I don't know if they're actually going to have a draft, but that's why they want everybody's vaccine status so they know who they can draft and who's going to be a pain in the ass and not worth drafting.
Huh. Interesting.
Because if they know he's not going to take a vaccine, they might be like, well, he's not going to be a good soldier. He's awake to the nonsense. That could be part of it. And I'm just speculating that. I don't have anything other than my gut telling me that.
Yeah. So what do you think about bringing Charlie Kirk back? Is that going to happen at all?
I need to. I don't want to disrespect Charlie, the guy I respect so much. And I did have my first debate of the semester at Texas Tech. I got to post some clips from it, but we only had about 3 libs. We had 1 lib come and disrupt it, and that made it a little harder to edit because I had to do 3 angles of it, not just 2. But I was surprised. I thought there was going to be more Candace talk at the debate, and it was just more about social issues like healthcare and trans stuff and Trump. So I have some hopes, but I don't know if I can do Charlie Kurt, even though I should bring it back to honor Charlie, but I don't know. I don't want to seem insensitive at all.
Yeah, for sure. I understand if you can't. Yeah, one last thing is that I'll let you go, not to make it all sad or whatever, but over the summer, my dog randomly died of a kidney infection out of the blue. And I always wear a body camera when I took her for walks, just because we would always run into crazy people. So I always had a body camera ready to go. And my footage from my last walk with her, like I had no idea at the time because like she was perfectly healthy one day and then went down the next. But my last walk with her, I saved that footage. And during the walk, I always listen to podcasts or YouTube shows and that kind of stuff. And it was a primetime show that I had playing. And it was so
you're
funny.
telling me I killed your dog? Is that what you're saying? That I killed your dog?
No.
I'm kidding.
I'm saying every time I watch that now, I get the great memory of also listening to your show.
Oh, wow. Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I really do appreciate that. I'm sorry about your dog. But what did they say? The kidney just started to fail and just overnight? Because, I'm a big animal lover, and I got an older dog that is, I can just tell she's getting slower and slower every day.
My dog ended up with a leptospirosis infection, which is a bacterial infection, I guess. And she didn't really show symptoms until like the next day. Then she was like totally messed up. And I ended up having her hospitalized for like 2 weeks.
What did that cost?
Like
$5,000, $6,000, $7,000?
Almost $1,000 per day.
Gosh, oh my! We need, you know what? Donald Trump needs to make human health care cheaper, and they need to make vets cheaper because it's ridiculous that we got to pay so much for our animals.
Yeah, regarding that, like I need a couple hernias fixed, and like to go to a doctor who's like actually going to do it. Like my insurance won't even pay for it. I like have the state like teacher health insurance. It's ridiculous.
I don't know. And did you see in Canada where they do have socialized medicine? They've had. I think like 1,000, I think it's more than 1,000, but I don't even know the exact number where people are doing the medically assisted suicide because if they're depressed, if they have even the most minor inconvenience or minor, the smallest illness. So I don't know. It's just a bad situation where our healthcare is supposed to be a for-profit, capitalistic healthcare system here in America, but the insurance companies screw us over and we can't even afford to get our basic care like insulin and, whatever you need.
Yeah. Anyways, one last thing. I was telling you about how I was listening to your show like on my last walk with my dog, and the opening of that particular show was the one where the Asian guy, you were being Charlie Kurt, and he was like challenging you to like show you his balls and all that.
Show me your balls.
That was so funny, man.
Well, hopefully we get some more Asian guys asking me to show them their balls. We need it because at Texas Tech, it was, everybody was pretty normal. But, dude, I appreciate that. I'm happy that you have that memory. I really do. I'm not just saying that. I'm sorry to hear that about your dog. Have you gotten a new one yet?
No, I'm not going to. It's too much money.
Damn, dude. That's bullshit. I'm not mad at you. I'm saying it is too much money. It's bullshit that people are financially struggling just to have a pet. I hate to hear that, but maybe you'll change your mind here. Listen, the economy is going to be bad, but I do think that there'll be a resurgence. I don't know who brings that in. Maybe we all wake up to it, and because we all got scammed in COVID, and now there is a mass awakening, and we'll, American engineering and American ingenuity will come back. And maybe that'll be a good thing if the petrodollar goes to the yen, because that'll cause us to do something other than the military industrial complex. And maybe they'll invest in Americans after this war because we'll be so mad at them for killing our citizens. So let's not lose hope. The future could be dark, but it could also be bright. So I hope there is a future where, you on a teacher's salary can easily have multiple pets.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, you have a good night.
Dude. You too.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Bye.
The phone lines are open. If you want to call in, the number is at the bottom of the screen, 214-216-6169. Yeah, Tim Dillon has been crushing it. I've been watching his clips. He's so freaking funny. And he's right about a lot of stuff. I really encourage you guys to listen. I've been listening to him and Tucker a lot lately. I mean, Tucker's right. I know people in here, he's CIA. Maybe he is, but then he's a good CIA.
Call from Better Me to accept.
Better Me, you're live with the Pimp on a Blimp. What do you got for us this evening?
Yeah, hey, this is Houston, Texas, man. I was just calling in. Because I wanted to know if you heard about Christy Nome on the PBD podcast.
Well, I know she spent $222 million on that ad of her riding a horse, and Avengers only took $190 million to shoot. So somehow a 1 minute commercial cost more than one of the highest budget Hollywood blockbusters in the last 10 years.
Yeah, she said that Elon Musk found spyware on her laptop and on her phone.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised. They got spyware on all of those people. If you ever look at Benjamin Netanyahu's phone, he's got tape all over it. They have all of our phones hacked. So, yeah, I'm not surprised at all. Was she a guest on Patrick Bet-David's podcast today?
No, she was there like a couple days ago, man. She was being interviewed, obviously, and she was answering some questions, and she did mention that that she was getting some sort of IT involved, like Elon Musk was getting involved and his team, and they found spyware on her government devices, her phone. And
is that how they caught her cheating on her husband with Corey Lewandowski? Is that how you heard that?
I mean, I'm pretty sure they have the footage, man. You know what I mean?
They can hack into our phones. They can look at her. They can do the reverse camera. They were just saying Israel hacked into every single one of Iran's security cameras. So if they can do that, they can hack into your blank home security or whatever. I mean, that's not even that's not very far fetched to me.
What do you think about Iran and their hacking capabilities?
They say Iran has actually a really good team of computer scientists that can hack into anything, and I forget what it was that they just hacked into, but they've been stealing information from Israel. And it's like vice versa, where there's some Israeli plants within the Iranian military, and I guarantee there's some Iranian plants within Israel. There's probably less Iranians in Israel's military and more Israelis in Iran's, because that's what they do. They have the best CIA, Mossad in the world. But dude, I'm not surprised. They can hack into each other's stuff. In Iran, they're not slouches when it comes to computer science. And I mean, Persians are smart people. The people of Iran are not only tough, they're also smart. And they got, 900,000 people in their military. So some of those people are, dedicated to the computer division, and they definitely know how to hack. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Yeah, they look really sloppy, but I mean, they're not stupid though. You're right about that.
Yes, and I was seeing something. Yeah, like not all of their military, they don't have uniforms for all of their military, but they're not dumb. They're just, bootstrapped, and that's why they look kind of sloppy, but they're tough people, and they're willing to die for their cause. I mean, just like the American military is willing to die, but we don't have the same mindset that if you die, you get 72 virgins. So these people feel like if they die, no, seriously, that's why they'll do it, because they think they're going to go to a better place with a bunch of virgins. And hell, if I believe that, I wouldn't mind dying too. I need 72 ladies around me sometime in the near future.
Yeah, manicures and pedicures, bro, by the ladies.
Can you imagine those 72 women just yelling at you, getting mad at you? Did you like that picture on Instagram? Oh gosh, maybe I don't want 72 virgins. Actually, maybe now that I think about it, maybe I just need one.
Otherwise, they're gonna sink in their PMS syndromes, and it's gonna be all at the same time.
I know. Can you imagine? I mean, I don't know if they have cash in heaven, but I know CVS is probably out of tampons if that's the case. well, what else you got for us this evening before I let you go?
Nah, man, that was it, man. I appreciate you taking the call. You take care of yourself, man.
Thank you. You too, brother. All right, guys, man. We got a lot of great calls tonight. A lot of good supporters. I really, really, really appreciate that. We're going to do more of these call-in shows. We need to do a daily call-in show. I'm thinking about maybe doing one from like 9 in the morning to 11. I know a lot of people work, so that might be hard, but I just need to. Because, guys, I was filling at WBAP, a local radio station, and the CEO has a trans kid, and the CEO does not want to platform me anymore. So now I can't fill in anymore. Because my video went viral of me at this Senate, making fun of the trans shooter.
To send a voicemail.
Bullshit. Yo, you're live with the Pimp on a Blimp. How can I help you, brother?
Hey, Alex Stein, huge fan.
I appreciate that, dude. Thank you.
I heard a rumor. I don't know if you've touched on this yet, but remember when Marco Rubio was talking about how he said something how like, well, we attacked Iran because Israel was about to attack them.
No, he didn't even say that.
Had to do it.
Yeah, no, he said Israel was gonna do it, and we knew that we would be fired upon in retaliation. So we had to just go and start this war, which makes no fucking sense.
I'm not sure where I heard this, and this is what's really bugging me. I just got off work and I'm tuning in, and I kind of forget where I was hearing this. I was watching something or listening to something where the rumor is that Netanyahu told Trump he's nuking this city, and this city. And then Trump was kind of like, hold on. And instead of, and I don't know if he did it behind his back or what, but basically he knew that Israel was about to use nukes on cities, killing tens of millions of people at once.
Yeah, well, let me just
Trump decided we're going to come in and move, and we're going to do this and do that, and that could be the reason why we
Israel has a nuclear program that they've not admitted to. They can't even publicly admit to it. And then I forget which military veteran they asked the other day if Israel needs to admit that they have a military program, and he just was like a deer in the headlights. Not even answering, giving these non-answers. I do not think though. He might have said, I'm going to drop a nuclear bomb. I don't think anybody will because they know that the public backlash will be so bad. I mean, they get so much public backlash for bombing schools in Gaza. If they actually dropped a nuclear weapon on Tehran or something, it would just be so universally disliked. I think if they said that was meant to manipulate Trump. I don't think Israel would have bombed or used a nuclear weapon because if they did, I think they would have used it already.
That's exactly what I was gonna say too. I was thinking it could be possible that Netanyahu is trying to like play games, saying it to him to make him do something, so that he thinks that he's about to drop a nuke. But I get exactly what you're saying.
And that's what they've been doing. They've been placating Trump and all the neocons that have Trump's back right now. As soon as if this does end poorly and we're not able to come to the negotiation table and end this, then they're all going to turn their back on Trump. They're going to blame this all on Trump, and it's going to be really bad. So Netanyahu acts like, I'm your best friend, Donald Trump, when in reality, Netanyahu only cares about Israel. He does not care about America. He does not care about American soldiers. And I think Trump's now realizing that.
And it would be a play on Trump's heart, knowing that he's like a good man. When you tell the man, I'm about to kill tens of millions of people, and then he knowing that he will, to save all these innocent lives, start doing direct strikes and whatnot, just be like, never mind, you don't have to do that.
Yes.
And that could be your thing.
That is definitely probably a factor where they're going to say, Trump, this will be worse if you're not in charge of it. But I don't think Trump anticipated that Iran would go after all the Gulf states as hard as they have been. And I don't think that, it's an asymmetrical war because even if they can't bomb us back, they can cause us so much economic instability by going after our allies. And I thought, I'm just guessing this, I'm just purely speculating. I don't think Trump expected them to attack, Saudi Arabia like they're doing, attacking, all these other countries. We just had a plane that get blown up over Iraq. I don't think he expected all of these other countries getting dragged into it. And of course, Iran is going to do that because that's the best way that they win and get domestic support against the war is by causing as much economic disaster by going after our allies. So I don't think he planned that was going to happen.
Well, I mean, hopefully everyone, we all get on the same page and start to figure out why is it that we're just Israel's in charge. And to the point where if that situation really did go down, where he basically was like, we're going to do this, and then so you better do this. It is getting, I don't know, it's getting hard to explain, especially to people that don't really get into geopolitics, and they start to step into geopolitics and they start to hear all of this explanation. It's starting to get just weird,
It's very weird, but maybe there's a silver lining, and now America, or at least, the sad thing is Trump is a lame duck president who's going to be gone for 2 years, and they're probably going to go back to supporting Israel. But maybe this exposes Israel for being liars and for lying us into this war. And maybe the American people will wake up and, it's not anti-Semitic to say, I don't think Israel should be leading us and walking us into a war because it's the tail that wags the dog. Like Israel's a tail wagging us when we're the dog, we're the big brother. That they only have 9 million people. Why are we letting a country of 9 million people the size of New Jersey dictate whether or not we start World War III? It's ridiculous.
Do you know how many people live in Iran?
I know there's 11 million in Tehran. What is it, 90 million?
It's like 91 million.
Yeah.
And
we're just
blowing. A lot of people.
It's a lot of people. They have 900,000 people in their military, and the Taliban only had 40,000, and we lost to the Taliban. I mean, it took us 20 years to replace the Taliban with the Taliban. So it's a bad deal, dude. It's a bad deal, and if we don't learn from this, and it's going to happen again. But let's just hope that China and Iran, which they are giving information. China and Russia, they are giving information to Iran. Let's just hope we don't have to fight a war with China because that's not going to go in our favor either if we can't beat Iran.
Oh, definitely not. What do you think about, I had a thought about, say, the protests that were going on in Iran, and then the attacks, and then people mention, oh, well, they're not protesting because the government will let them. Oh, then it's like, well, I remember on 9/11, when our country got attacked, System of a Down changed their motif where they took away the upside down flag on their next album.
Yeah, and the bodies hit the floor. They made it where they couldn't play the bodies hit the floor. No, dude, this is only creating more Iranian nationalism. All those people that are protesting against the regime are going to be supporting the regime. So what we've done is we've totally lost any bit of insurgency support. Like if we thought the people were going to rise up, no, they're getting bombed in Tehran. Their whole entire oil industry is on fire. It's raining black rain there. It's going to make them, how they were saying America's a big Satan. Well, we've only become a bigger Satan to these people. So it has not helped us, and it's only brought the Iranian people together, just like how 9/11 brought all the Americans together, the Democrats and conservatives and the Republicans. They all voted together to go bomb the Middle East. And so it's going to have this similar effect in Iran. So any hope of them rising up is out the window. It's impossible now.
Yeah, well, we are both on the same page, brother. I'm a huge fan. I've been watching you for years, man. We're on the Blimp right now.
We are on the Blimp, dude. We are on the Blimp. We'll keep supporting,
man.
Dude. Make sure to hit that like button. We're going to be going live more. We'll be doing more call-ins, so don't be shy. Feel free to call in. We'll be doing live war updates. All right, dude.
All right, bro. Be safe out there.
I will.
Peace
You too,
out.
dude. It's dangerous. All right, guys. We're going to open up the phone lines. What a fun night. Number's 214-216-6169. Feel free to call in. You guys can disagree with me. You guys want to debate, we can debate. You guys want to agree, we can agree. I'm not picky. I'm not choosy. I just want to make an interactive show where we can all participate. Because, really, those are the best shows, really and truly, the ones that you guys get to have a say. You guys get to have a voice. I know we're live on X. We're live on Facebook. We're live. Share this on YouTube.
Call from.
My name is Elliot.
Oh shoot, my name, Elliot, or what were you saying? I'm guessing your name. I didn't hear it.
My name's Elliot McGee. Just so the
What do you?
FBI, CIA, everyone can know.
Yeah, they're definitely listening. They're definitely listening. Well, what do you got for us?
Can I cuss?
Cuss? Yeah, you can definitely cuss. Yeah.
Well, all right. Well, fuck them. All right. So I don't know what people are doing with all this nonsense, Trump nonsense. Like, come on. Like, have people looked into the fact that he is legitimately related and was best friends to Hillary Clinton prior to this election?
Wait, time out. He's because I know that there's some weird connections, but he's related to Hillary. I didn't know that. I did not know that.
It's like distant cousins, but it's like, come on, it's all British royalty. Go look into his lineage. His last name is actually Drumpf. D-R-U.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that too.
Yeah.
That I have heard.
So I mean, you got that. He came in last minute, right when her emails were getting cast out. It's like perfect controlled opposition.
Hey,
You know what I mean?
to be fair, now after the fact, I almost think that they did rig it in Trump's favor for 2016 because they wanted him to be the bad guy with the pandemic, and I think we'd all agree that 2020 was rigged, probably because.
Oh,
yeah. So I wouldn't be. Now I'm starting to think something like that is highly likely.
Oh, come on, dude. This guy pushed Project Warp Speed. Let's go down the list. Project Warp Speed genocide shots, 5G, now 6G. He's got the totalitarian surveillance state of Palantir. And now he's literally telling generals like this is Armageddon to bring against Iran to bring it. Have you heard this nonsense? Yeah,
I don't ever heard the Armageddon thing, but I don't like that Donald Trump's saying that this war is over. He said multiple times that it's over, and it's not over. Like, why would you lie about something that's so blatantly false?
Well, there's people actually like filing petitions in the military who are atheists as well as people who don't. I'm a believer in Christ. I'm Catholic, but he's having people like military generals, over 40 different generals, and there's like hundreds of complaints of people saying like, dude, he's like actually having generals and they're like, dude, it's the look in their eyes. They're fanatical. And they actually like believe this because they're like being fed this evangelical predispensationalist nonsense. You know what I mean? And they're just like eating it up. And like, even like the people who are Christians within the ranks are like, come on, dude. You know what I mean? It's not.
Well, let me cut you off. I think you are right. This Judeo-Christian psyop that Ted Cruz is perpetuating, that as a Christian, that means we have to support Israel in a never-ending war. As a Christian, we should be following Jesus and trying to heal people and save people, not kill people. I don't think Jesus would ever drop a bomb on somebody. So I don't know that it just seems illogical for them to say, oh, I'm a Israel first Christian, when if you're a Christian, then you should be Christ first. And let's just be real. Israel doesn't like them.
Yes.
Jewish people don't like Jesus.
Oh, yeah. No. Oh, here's the reason why. I don't know why anybody isn't talking about this. Like, they keep their head in the ground like ostriches. You know what I mean? Like, Israel cannot be. I'm going to thoroughly prove it. They cannot be biblical Israel by categorical definition. They are a secular democracy, not a theocratic monarchy.
True.
Go look it up. That's just
Real quick before you get to your second point, I agree with you. And Israel's a lot of European Jews. They're not even Semitic Jews, so they're not even brown Jews. They're all white Jews from Germany and Europe and Poland. So that kind of goes against the argument that they're the Israelites from the Bible.
Oh, of course, yeah. And then they say, oh, you got to be Jewish because of your mother, which is all supremacy nonsense dictated by the Talmud. And that's why, again, they cannot be Jewish. Not only that, not only they are not by blood, but like, seriously, they have systematically negated their covenant with God because they started practicing like the Talmud. It was compiled in 500 to 700 AD. You know what it says about Christ Jesus.
Oh, yeah. It says he's boiling an excrement, which is ridiculous. And this is one thing
Father. But yeah.
I want to say this too. What I do think it's weird, and I have an Orthodox Jew, my attorney, John Gross, who I love, and he's a based one, and he calls out a lot of the nonsense. But if you really love God, then why are you always they do all these scams where they have a Shabbos goy or they try to use their electronics during, Shabbat Shalom? Yeah. How can you trick God? I don't understand. Why would you want to trick him?
Yeah, and it's like okay. So it's like not only do they have the Talmud, but they also go on, you know what I mean? The Talmud is just a bunch of rabbis like arguing against each other, and it gives them plausible deniability. So they can say anything they want, really. And it's a bunch of heinous things. It's just like, it's like them admitting that they can deceive anybody, they can steal from anybody, which goes against all commandments. Yeah, I mean, like,
Yeah, and when they give a
that,
loan,
yeah.
they can't charge interest to other Jews, but then they can charge interest to. But you know what I will say, though, to your point, though, most of my friends that are Jewish are secular Jews, and like I said, I have some Orthodox, Jewish friends. Most Jewish people, if you talk to them, they're pretty cool and nice, and they're not down for war. You know what I mean? They're pacifists. I feel like it's just a certain leadership of Israel that's doing a lot of this. You know that the people in Tel Aviv are not happy. They were all having fun in the bombshell, drinking wine when this first started, but now they're all in the bombshell crying. You don't.
Orthodox Jew. That's the thing, is Orthodox Jew doesn't exist anymore. Do you know understand how much the Talmud is the oral laws and traditions of all quote unquote Judaism, which wasn't even a term created until 1275. So like everything is adapted so much. It is nothing like what Christ practiced. It is absolutely nothing. Now, they actually, even quote-unquote Orthodox Jews, they use the Zohar and the Kabbalah, you know what I mean, is the Midrash as well. And like the Zohar was in 13th century, the Kabbalah was in 12th century. And these are having them use mysticism and other things, which exactly, and they use divination, they use necromancy, like they talk about even in the Talmud, like onkelos, like summoning Christ.
To be fair though, and I'm not even really trying to defend the Talmud, but one aspect of the Talmud is that there are rabbis arguing stuff. So even though that they do follow
what the Talmud is, it's interpretations, and there's multiple interpretations throughout, but that is what is classified as the oral laws and traditions, and it's pretty much like pick one. It's like, so they all go against each other, and it's so ass backwards, and it's like, okay. It's like, go get yourself a copy. And it's so ass backwards. And then, like, again, they incite divination. They incite necromancy. They incite, and especially with the Kabbalah and the Zohar, which they do. In the Zohar and Kabbalah, they're like, oh, the Bible is for all people to, use. And then
you're talking about the Hebrew Bible. But to be fair,
but then they're like,
you might not agree with this, though. I do believe there are some magical things that can happen. There's probably white magic, black magic. Like, it's not like a magician pulling a rabbit out of a hat, but there is something with spells and casting, because there's too much. There's too much history of people using that for it not to be real. It hasn't always been fake. So
God forbids it for a reason. You want to know why?
Why?
Because it's them not you see right now, they are not trusting in the will of the Father. They want to manipulate things through narcissistic means. And that goes against God and his will. All of it. They are not trying to wait for prophecy. They are trying to systematically bring about prophecy.
They are. They're accelerationists when it comes to the Messiah coming back. And, I was listening to Professor Jang. What is happening is very messianic, and that's why there is a conspiracy that they want the Al-Aqsa Mosque, it's hard to say, to get bombed, because they need that to happen in order for them to build the third temple so that their Messiah can come back. And they already did the red heifer ceremony. And there's even clips of Netanyahu getting yelled at by these Orthodox rabbis saying, you need to speed this up. You need to speed this up.
Clinging on to their paganism. See, the reason why they are damned is because all of the Zohar, which is, you can say whatever.
Well, real quick, I have to cut you off.
That's
but
what
to be
the
fair,
rabbis are doing.
But to be fair,
That's
there's a lot of paganism in modern Christianity as well. Not a lot. I mean, there are some paganistic aspects of modern Christianity. I feel like we all religions have stolen some pages from paganism.
They have artistic motifs in terms of baptizing pagans. There is absolutely no thing that is actually practiced that is pagan.
Well, Christmas, Jeremiah.
There's no sacrifices. There's no anything like that. They I mean, it was under Rome. Jesus was under Rome. Like, there's you can talk about that, but I mean, the Catholic Church, I mean, unless Jesus is a liar. I mean, he
I don't think Jesus is a liar. I think Jesus is probably the only true person ever to exist. But I'm just saying they steal some of the, what is it, Easter is from Esther, and that was a pagan holiday, they say.
That is such a great. You should look into Dr. Taylor Marshall. He has a much more eloquent way of.
Yeah, because I don't know. I'm
have
not.
all that
I need to watch that. I'm just, and that doesn't mean that you're a pagan if you're a Christian. You're the opposite of that. It's just because these are rituals that have happened for thousands of years before Christianity became popular, and that's maybe why they
Pagan
continue to do them to get more people into the
sacrifice.
faith. Yeah.
Yeah, the only sacrifice that occurs is the Eucharist within Catholicism, which is the ever-present Christ. Because unless you didn't know, everything is happening all at once. God is outside of time and space.
Yeah.
And the Eucharist is present every single moment. And they bring it in again. Christ did not give us a Bible. He gave us an ecclesia, which is different from the word church in Greek. In an ecclesia is a group of people who discern doctrine. It's a Socratic method. It's actually like a Greek term. I mean, and that's what it is meant. And that's what brought about the Bible through ecumenical councils, brought through apostolic succession. There's a chain of command in all of this. Same with the prayers. And then they edited the Bible. Like we have these 66
Book
books.
of Enoch.
I mean,
there are a lot of books got taken out of the Bible.
Freemason King James version is what they read, and it scrapped literally the Book of Wisdom out. You know what I mean? And ironically, it's like the Wisdom of Solomon. And what they're doing with Kabbalah and Zohar is they are doing the systematic rituals of Solomon when God turned away from him. Like he worshiped Moloch, and he even said, like it says in the Lesser Keys, even in their own thing, like it says that he felt the Spirit of God depart from him. He had 700 concubines. I mean, like he worshipped
700 girls. That's a lot of girls to bang. Gosh, wow, that's a lot.
I mean, it's just like it's the same thing as Islam. These spirits, you know what I mean? They can't get enough. You know, and that's the trap of Gnosticism. You keep thinking that you need more. You keep feeding into it. You think, oh, you're peeking through the veil. What do they get out of it? For real? Like seriously? And it's like all these Freemasons, these people, it's like, what are you actually getting out of it? It's just them using, and again, this is why divination is bad. It's just them asserting their own narcissistic will, trying to bend the etheric realm to suit their narcissistic whims.
I know
that's all it is.
Sounds confusing to a person that doesn't know. I think there's something true to what you're saying. I agree with you, but we all kind of have a narcissistic viewpoint when it comes to our spiritual, path. I mean, I could be wrong, but you don't think that we're all kind of a little narcissistic when it comes to religion a little bit?
Well, first of all, I mean, that's something.
Like saying, I guess my point is,
confession is.
Like we can agree that Jesus died for our sins.
Going and admitting your sin and doing this, and then seeing the gift, because God, He has a much greater plan for you. Everything that you want, of course, that's our human predilection.
Well, I'm saying the narcissistic aspect is the fact that, I'm Catholic, I'm Presbyterian, as if we know, when in reality we kind of only know that Jesus. We only really know what Jesus said and what
Christ
the Bible
gave us clear set parameters. So, I mean, like, number one, first and foremost, the apostolic faith is of the most importance. They have all the books intact. The only way we got the Bible was through ecumenical councils. He gave us an ecclesia. Only one church can be that by categorical definition. He literally said, Peter, I am giving you the keys to the kingdom of heaven and earth. Everything that you say binds on heaven will be brought down to earth. And the gates of Hades will never prevail. So either he lied about that, which he did not. I mean, or we have the communists, we have the Jews, we have even like them infiltrating the Jesuits, the Freemasons, Illuminati, all trying to, like Adam Weishaupt, Theodore Herzl, all these people trying to infiltrate them at all costs, yet it still does not prevail. I mean, yes, of course, it is an institution of 2.2 billion worldwide. I mean, why wouldn't they be an easy target? I mean, Satan has the best PR. He doesn't care if you go to church. He doesn't care if you read the Bible. He wants you to deny the Holy Eucharist, which is Christ himself. And if you've never had the Eucharist, like the presence, like I had every reason not to become Catholic. And like the only thing that truly brought it to me was my grandparents. I saw how devout they were. And when they passed, like I had a quote unquote rapture dream, but now I understand it to be a false doctrine. And I had the most vivid dream, not once, but 4 times. But now I understand through more meditation. It is not what it claimed to be. It's the second coming. It's the glorified body, as we are waiting for in the Catholic/Orthodox faith. At first I was Orthodox, then I kept reading and I started reciting the Apostolic Creed, and I was like, it doesn't make sense any other way. And then I read St. Ignatius of Antioch, and then I read all of the letters written by the apostles. And they're like, the necessity for uniformity in the body of Christ is key. You know what I mean? Anybody else is heretical. And they said, you must set yourself apart. What better ways? And like, I mean, people rejecting the sign of the cross, the Ark of the New Covenant, and Mary. It doesn't make sense any other way. And it works. It's a clear chain of command in terms of prayer. Like we.
No, you're right. You're right. But we've been talking now. We're almost 16 minutes. I'm going to let you go. But dude, thank you for calling in. You got to call in more. Christ is King. We love him here. Everybody needs to go, follow the teaching of Christ. But one thing I will say is that Satanists sometimes know the Bible better than even Christians, and those are the people that are in charge. They try to pretend whether they're Christian or Jewish or Muslim, and a lot of it is Satan. So thank you so much for calling in, dude.
You're welcome, brother. Man, I love you, man. Thank you.
I love you, dude. No diddy. All right, guys, we're gonna open the phone lines back up. We talked to him for a while. He had a lot to say. All right, guys, the number is 214-216-6169. Thank you guys so much for joining the stream. This has been fun. We're going to be doing more call-in shows. I love this. I like hearing from you guys. Make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to share it. I know it's late. It's almost 2 a.m. here. But if you guys are still up, the number is on the bottom of the screen. Well, you guys have heard from me a lot. I really don't like this war. I hope that it ends soon. We've lost, 6 more servicemen. I think that the military is lying about how many people have died, and they say that they're able to lie because it's an operational security issue, OPSEC issue. And it blows my mind that we're doing this and we're getting fed lies, and there's not more people standing up and calling. And we're relying on Times and all these stupid publications that are full of shit.
Call from
Yaakov.
Yako, you're live with the Pimp on a Blimp. How can I help you this evening?
Yeah, hi. I'm enjoying the live stream right now and all your videos, but I have a little correction if it's fine.
That's fine. I'll allow it.
So I'm Orthodox Jew. Just disclaimer.
God, we should have had you on with the other guy. I love my Orthodox Jewish friends. What's up? What do you got to correct us on?
So first of all, with the Messiah thing, so we don't really believe that Messiah is going to come through force. We think it'll come through peaceful and acts of kindness and things like that.
Okay.
And it's going to come from heaven, not from any war in Iran. That for sure not.
Okay, that's a good clarification. I appreciate that. I'm not an expert when it comes to, how the Messiah comes back, so that's good. And what else?
One other thing is about Jesus in the Talmud. So it's not so clear. There are those that say that the Talmud is referring to somebody else. There were a couple of people of that name, and some don't read it literally. So I would say it's not so clear.
Well, and that's why I did agree with you, and I did try to make that point that even if there's something said in the Talmud that is pretty edgy, to say the least, there's rabbis that were arguing it. So, you're hearing two sides of the argument, and we only take one side and think that is the, opinion, when really it's a book of people debating.
Right. Not just debate in the Talmud. There's debates how to understand the Talmud as well.
Yeah, how to even interpret it. No, I get it. Well, dude, did you have a nice Shabbat? Are you worried about all your friends in Israel? I hate to see those bombs hitting Tel Aviv. I see those people cheering it on. It makes me sick. I hate that for all my brothers and sisters in Israel right now.
Yeah, 100%. A lot of friends that are stuck there. Can't fly there, can't fly back. Yeah, bad situation.
It's bad. How do you think we end this deal? Because I'm worried that Israel is going to be sitting ducks, and that even if Iran negotiates with us and it comes to a ceasefire, it's just going to be a matter of time where they do something, where they come, where as soon as all the American, let's say they make the American military bases leave, well, then Israel's going to be a sitting duck, and they're going to definitely go after him, because that's what they're saying, is that that's their motivation now, is that they want to take out Israel, and I hate that.
Right. I think either Trump has to finish it off or make a deal. We can't go for another prolonged thing. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I know. Do you think that he can make a deal and end this war by ending the Ukraine war, or do you think that wouldn't be sufficient enough? You think you got to take out every single one of their ballistic missiles? Because then you know that they're going to be able to make more drones. They'll be able to get them from China and stuff. I don't know how we make it where they don't have any military equipment. That seems almost impossible.
Right. But on the other hand, how good are they with the deals?
Yeah, I know. Well, we got to hold them accountable, but I don't trust these people. That they're willing to die for their cause, and a lot of Persians they're different than the Taliban. Some of them are right. A little smarter. Yeah. They're just a little more equipped for these geopolitical conflicts. I just wish we could have. I wish the 12-day war was over and we didn't start this war, but it looks like we're here. We're going to have to finish the job, but I just don't know how that job ends. If it's just to blow up Tehran and kill every person there, I mean, I guess that's the strategy now. I just don't know what the strategy is, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
I'm on the same page.
Well, stay safe, brother. Thank you for calling in. We really appreciate it. We always like to have when somebody says something, we always like for people to call in and correct the record. So thank you, and you have a good one, dude. I'm sorry for your friends that are going through this right now.
Thank you so much for everything. Keep up the good work.
Yes, sir. All right, guys, call in right now. The number is 214-216-6169. The phone lines are open. That's the real call-in number. I turn it on Do Not Disturb when we have somebody on the line, or else it's just like beeping the whole time. And you're getting the busy signal. So I just turn it off so it'll go straight to voicemail. But the phone lines are open, so if you guys want to call in. I know it's late. It's almost 2 a.m. We're here in Dallas right now. Let's see. It's almost midnight in California.
Call from
Hayden.
Yo, what up, Hayden?
How's it going, buddy?
Dude, what do you got for us, brother?
Dude, I want to ask you if you've heard the new file from the Epstein files that sounds strikingly close to Erica.
Oh, but that's already been debunked. Listen, yeah. Even Ian Carroll had to walk it back. I'll say this too. I don't think Erica had anything to do with her husband's death. People that are criticizing her now, she's the CEO. Charlie got criticized like crazy. That's just going to come with the territory. So I think that she almost has to expect that. And I hate to hear that. I hate that because, I get a lot of shrapnel as a member of Turning Point. So anybody that thinks that Erica is this evil person, I don't think so. I don't think she's as evil as Candace Owens says. But and that one thing was proven false. I don't think Charlie would have married her if that was the case. So that's just my personal opinion. I know that might get people mad, but I don't think Erica is a child trafficker either.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I mean, I know Candace Owens. Well, because I didn't watch all of it, but I watched some of that exposing it. Candace was bringing up a lot of like her aunt or her grandmother. And listen, I got a crazy grandmother. I got crazy siblings. That doesn't mean that I'm doing that. So it's, guilt by association. Everybody that's in this chat right now has a crazy family. I guarantee it. Nobody's family is normal. So I just, once again, if some evidence came out and Erica was guilty of all this stuff, then morally I would call that out. But right now we're just getting a lot of rumor and innuendo, and that audio everybody said it was AI and fake. Just go look at Ian Carroll's latest thing. He had to walk it back. So yeah. And did she have child, charities? Yes. And are there child charities that have been bad in the past? Yes. But I don't know. So far, I'm going to wait, and I'm just going to wait till I have more evidence that anything actually, when it comes to child or trafficking, I have not seen it where I'm sold. And I'm a conspiracy theorist. So I'm would be all about it, but I just think Candace Owens personally, she's right about some stuff, but she probably wants to be the face of Turning Point. She probably doesn't want to be the CEO, and she's to be something that was built up.
Too much credit for her theories. I mean, a lot of her research is it's secondhand that she's gotten from other people. I just think exactly right. A little too much credit, and it's just she's a scapegoat for media. people
She
are
is.
quick to blame her for things that had already been said months prior.
She is, and I will say that Candace does piggyback on a lot of people's hard research, but that's just the nature of conspiracy theories. Like every conspiracy theory that I am interested in, I was learned it from other people that were making content about it. So that's kind of the nature of this alternative media. Like it's not mainstream, so you almost have to quote unquote rip somebody else off and then regurgitate what you learned from them. So, dude, it's a bad situation, but yeah, go look at that. That was debunked as AI.
For sure. I'll go.
Thank you.
Listen to Ian Carroll's video.
Go listen to Ian's. Thank you, Hayden. You're the man. Thank you for calling in. All right, guys, we got the phone lines are back open. The number is 214-216-6169. Give us a call. We'll be taking calls for a little bit longer. I've been having fun. The stream's been fun. Really, everybody's been high vibrational. I appreciate everybody calling in. And, I like it. I'm surprised we haven't had more debates.
Hey, it's Kyle.
Kyle, you're live with Primetime 99. What's happening on this Sunday morning now?
The Pimp on the motherfucking Blimp.
Let's go, dog. We're doing it, dude. We're live. What's up?
Liking the hat, bro.
With Cash Patel,
Hey.
the greatest freaking FBI director ever. He tried to get me fired, but it's okay. I'll allow it. I try to get myself fired too sometimes. So, what are you going to do?
Well, first off, dude, big shout out to your little interaction you had up there in D.C. with the pirate.
Yeah, well, that was
I
in
think we all-
Nashville. I Patch McCain. What a freak! Well, I confronted him in D.C. too, but I just recently, the most recent one was in Nashville, Tennessee, where the Daily Wire flew me out there to debate Michael Knowles, and then they wanted me to debate Dan Crenshaw. And once Dan Crenshaw found out I was in town, he not only banned me from the debate, he banned me from even going to the event because he's such a coward and baby bag biatch. But yeah, dude, I freaking love calling Dan Crenshaw because he's a scumbag. I mean, he's the worst.
Yeah, he's definitely a little big man syndrome. Hey, I just wanted to give a big shout out. I've been in this movement for a long time. It's probably been like 4 years with 4 or 5 years. The mask stuff started coming out here in Nebraska, and they had the mask mandate in the Walmarts, and I put it on my chin. You go right to customer service. You say, hey, I have a condition for breathing. They say, no problem. I threw it in the garbage. And then walk through the whole fucking Walmart, dude. The whole Walmart. And you see these grown-ass men, 6 foot
Everybody,
tall.
dude, everybody had a mask on, and I would walk in places too, and I would say that I have an exemption and I can't do it. And the way they would look at you as if that mask did jack shit. What is it? A pair of Levi's can't stop a fart. How can a mask stop a deadly virus? It was the biggest psyop ever. But now I'm worried with this COVID 2.0. The next psyop will be, your credit card won't work because you tweeted against the war, you tweeted against Israel. Like, I think this next pandemic, whatever you want to call it, it's going to be much worse.
Amen, brother. It's an invasion of the mask snatchers, bro. Like, we could literally do a spinoff, Like, you could do like a little 30-minute, like, invasion of the mask, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Anyway, I'm friends with Maverick Darby. I'm not sure if you guys have ever worked together, but
no,
I
I've
just
seen
wanted to
Maverick.
Really good dude. I've given a few ideas. The last one I kind of spun to him was Married with Children, and I thought it'd be fun to do the whole song, like the Married with Children song, Love and Marriage.
Well, that's a Frank
goes together
Sinatra
like a
song,
horse.
right? Yeah, isn't that a Frank Sinatra song or something? Or who's saying it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it might have something to do with it. And then I thought about doing it like Love and Marriage with the Democrat Republican Party. They're both against us. And then it goes together like treason, right? So you kind of have like a little 1 minute AI video that he's so good at. And then you have the little thing that goes down. It's like coming down off of the Married with Children banner, but it talks about Republican, Democrat, and then they come together to basically commit treason against all of us. And I don't know what your mom's first name is, brother, but I wanted to
Kelly.
give a big shout out. I'm sorry?
Her name is Kelly.
Kelly. I want to give a big shout out to Kelly and just say how sorry I am. Obviously, number one, I was watching you from the very beginning of all of that, Alex, and it fucking hit me hard. I had a best friend from high school die in a hospital here in Omaha, Nebraska, the same way. And I just wanted to give a big shout out to Kelly right now. And I posted this stream of yours right now live in the COVID for Humanity space. So if you see my profile, Alex, and you'd be kind enough to follow me back or just like hit me on a DM real quick.
I will. Hit me on X. I'll follow you right now. Send it to me on X. Send it to me on X. Dude, shout out to my mom. It's so ridiculous. Now it's almost 5 years. It's like 4 years. In October, it'll be 5 years. It just makes me sick. I think about her every day. But, dude, thank you for the support, and thank you for sharing the stream. I really appreciate both things, dude. We'll call in anytime. We're going to be doing more of these call-ins, and I like that idea. And you're right. It is treason. These Republicans and these Democrats, it's all a uniparty at the end of the day.
Yeah, thank you, Alex. Because Kyle likes truth, brother. Love you, man.
Truth. Everybody go follow Kyle Likes Truth. Hit me up on X. All right. Let's see. Let me turn on the phone line so we can take a few more calls. We've been having a good stream. Everybody's been very positive. I appreciate everybody telling me that you guys like the videos. We're going to be amping those up, especially when it comes to confronting politicians. We got to go do that more. I've been, the Blaze, I did it a little bit, but now I got to really amp it up. I really got to amp it up. And everybody go watch my show on Real America's Voice. Go make sure to engage with the social clips because it's on cable. And, we're going to start really amping it up on YouTube, but they're not too worried about YouTube because since we're on cable, since we're on these, smart TVs, it's hard for them to judge how many viewers. So they're not too worried about the viewers, which is good for me too. I've had Cash Patel call in and get me in a little trouble, but other than that, it's been really, really positive at RAV. I love the people there, and it's an honor to work there. All right. We got a few more people that want to call in. I can tell from the chat. So the number is right there. It's on the stream. 214-216-6169. Let's see. I got it turned off. Thank you. I don't think BB's alive. I think BB's gone. I could be wrong. I'll eat crow if I am. But I think the biggest indication of that is the fact that his son has not called in so long. I think that's very bizarre. I mean, not called in. Sorry, I'm getting confused. Has not tweeted in over 7 days now that it's Sunday. Yair Netanyahu, everybody can go look at his profile. And he's the guy that was tweeting 30 to 50 times a day. So something weird is going on with BB. I think that's obvious. People are saying BB's in a bunker. Well, they have internet in a bunker. He can make a video debunking everybody that's, saying that he's not alive. And the fact that his son's not tweeting, I think is weird. Maybe he's like on ultra lockdown, which is a possibility. But I don't know. I think Bibi Netanyahu is not with us any longer. He's like Nancy Guthrie. They haven't found Nancy Guthrie either. He's wherever Nancy Guthrie is. Rest in peace, Nancy Guthrie. I think it's obvious that she's probably not with us anymore. But what do I know? I'm just the pimp on a blimp. So there's a lot that I don't know. There's a lot that I'm willing to learn, though. That's the difference between me and a lot of other people, is that I'm not going to sit here and try to pretend like I know everything because I don't. I do know some stuff, but I am willing to learn anything. I'm willing to look into it, and I have an open mind when it comes to any conspiracy or any, weird or outside-the-box theory. Yeah. You think they were in his house during the strike? Well, they say that there was a bunker that got bombed that he was allegedly in. You have to go look at Suleiman's thread. There's a lot of other people calling it out, but I would say that Benjamin Netanyahu's not with us. Maybe he posts in the morning and I'm wrong, but the one video that he did post, I don't even know if it was necessarily AI because there was a part where it looked like he had 6 fingers. And if you are moving your hand fast enough, these cameras are not perfect with the shadow. It can kind of look weird. But I saw one in that video where it looked like he had like 20 teeth at the bottom. So I don't know. That video didn't pass a smell test with me. But I keep saying this. What do I know? I don't know everything. I definitely don't know everything. Yeah, BB's on Epstein Island. Maybe. I'm sure he wishes he could be on Epstein Island and not fighting in a war right now. Well, even though he got us in the war. He literally was the one that got us in the war. So, I don't know. I don't know if this is going to be a forever war. I think it's going to last months. Definitely. They're saying it's going to last till September. Oh, look at this. Thank you so much. We got a $5 super chat. I forgot to mention that it's a fringe minority of crazies that believe the war will cause the third temple. Yeah, thank you, Jakob. I know, I've heard that. I don't know if that's true. They're saying that Al-Aqsa Mosque, and I think it's Professor Jang said that. I don't necessarily don't believe it. You know, I'm minded to.
Call from
Blake.
Blake, you're live with the Pimp on a Blimp. How are you doing this morning?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing good now, dude. We're having a good stream. We're enjoying ourselves. Ethan Ralph allegedly made a sex tape tonight, so I'm my stomach hurts a little bit. But other than that, I'm good.
I'm going crazy right now. I can't believe I got through, but I just wanted to say, first of all, you know, with everything going on right now, the world's crazy, you know. The first election I could vote in presidential election was 2016, Hillary versus Trump. You know, I voted for Trump. I voted for Trump 3 times. I just want to say, first of all, I went to college up in D.C. at a very liberal university. I had to deal, I wasn't very politically active. You know, I wasn't running around like some fruit arguing about politics all the time or anything like that. But, you know, I would stand my own when I had to. But it's very important, I think, more than anything for everyone listening. When your side is wrong, the most important thing you could ever do is stand up to your own people when things are wrong and people that you may have even supported are doing evil things. And right now is that time. If you voted for Trump recently, he's betrayed us. Pete Hegseth should resign right now. He's a war criminal. With the bombing of that school in Iran, I heard Tucker talking about it. You know how not only they hit it once, they hit it twice, and they hit it 4 hours later a second time and killed like 150 kids. You know that were.
Dude, I think there's a lot of evidence that we are responsible for that school, and what I'm seeing is that it's going to be a bloodbath during the midterms, and I think the House and the Senate are going to swing into the Democrats' favor, and they're probably going to impeach everybody. Everybody's going to be on the chopping block, and I wouldn't be surprised if that happens.
Oh, well, 100%. Yeah, but anyway, I love talking to you, man. I live in Florida. I'm a Dallas guy originally. I mean, I was born in Plano. We moved to Florida when I was a young kid. Some of my families moved back, but I appreciate getting to talk to you. But
well, I love Plano. You know, that's where I go insane for the Ukraine. You know, Plano City Council. That's where you know, that's where I blew up. But dude, thank you for supporting this. And you are right. We got to call out our own side. But at the same time, dude, and my one kickback to that is that I see all these Israel firsters going after all these conservatives that aren't Israel first, and it makes me sick. It makes me sick that because you agree with somebody on 95% of policies, and because they're not pro-Israel enough, you're calling them an anti-Semite. Like, it's unnecessary. It's just wasted energy. So you are right. We should call out our own side, and that's what separates us from the Democrats, is that they're all going to just be okay with the auto-pin president who's, weakened at Bernie's, who's a walking corpse. We have to be different than the left. But also, I think some of the infighting, it needs to be based in reality and not about a one cause for us to just totally, cancel each other.
no, I agree with you. Yeah, I mean that's fundamentally the problem with them as well. Like you're saying with the left, it can't be a you racist, you anti-Semite, blah blah blah. What none of that. Fundamentally, what needs to happen is we need a third party.
We do.
Really,
You're exactly right, but they're never going to let us get one. No, sorry, I'm yelling, but you're exactly right. We need a third option, and that would be the right option, whatever it was, an option for everybody in the middle, the true populist option. But they're never going to let us have that.
Yeah, and Lord knows what the future will bring. Will bring. Sorry, can't talk today, but hopefully we'll get that. And because at the end of the day, left or right, there's a whole lot of nuts on the far left, a whole lot of nuts on the far right. But really, if you just go sat down at your bar down the road, you'll get along with anybody, regardless of where they stand. And
dude, you're exactly right. You're exactly right.
you
And there
know,
are some blue-haired freaks, and there's some freaky MAGA people, but that's the minority on both sides.
yeah, and God is good. He'll lead us forward. Just have you. I've recently in my life I've been trying to do better, be a better person, go back to God. I trust in Him, and I think He'll lead us to wherever we're supposed to be.
Well, you're right.
And at the end of the day, we need to view people as our brothers and our sisters, and just have faith in Him, and realize that we really all, at the end of the day, have the same fundamental value. Maybe not values, but just like interests at heart and things that we hope for, and God willing.
No, you're right. We
things
all
will
want
turn
to be
around,
safe,
you
and
know?
we all want to be able to pay our bills. And those are two things that our
Yeah.
government does not care about. They don't care about keeping us safe, and they don't care about making us financially comfortable enough so that we're not constantly in debt and stressed out about how we're going to pay our bills. So you're right. We all have the same, we all have the same problems, and the people that are in power are not interested in helping our problems get solved. They're only interested in creating more problems.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for calling
Anyway.
in, dude. And we'll be doing this more, so don't be shy. Appreciate you contributing tonight.
Yeah, brother. Appreciate everything you do. I'll keep watching and keep it going. And
Oh, and Fish Tank starts tomorrow. All right. I just got off the phone with Jet Neptune. We will be making a cameo this season, and Fish Tank starts tomorrow. Everybody needs to be watching Fish Tank. Bam Margera's hosting. I don't know if he's going to host the whole time. Maybe, probably. Who knows? But I do know that it's starting, and I do know that the Pimp on a Blimp will be making a cameo. So Fish Tank is back, baby! Fish Tank! That's the other thing is on the every college campus I go to, somebody brings up Fish Tank. Fish Tank is so popular with young people. That's why I'm honored to be a part of it. I mean, it's popular with all ages, but on the college campuses, I cannot do. The other day, at Texas Tech, 2 different people brought up Fish Tank, and people brought up Fish Tank more than they brought up healthcare. So that's that. I guess that's a good sign, maybe a bad sign too. That we're more worried with the reality online show than we are getting our affordable healthcare. But whatever, I'll allow it. Life is boring sometimes. Actually, it's really not necessarily boring, but it's fun to get distracted with entertaining stuff. And I'm happy that we have something like Fish Tank. That's truly the best reality show that's out there. All right, the phone lines are open. If you guys want to call in, we'll probably take a few more calls. We've been going live now. We've been up for about 3 hours. I know it's early in the morning. It's early Sunday morning. Prime time does need to get some sleep at some point. You guys need to get some sleep. I know a lot of you guys are watching on your phone in bed right now. I appreciate that greatly. And, as bad as things are, we need to have gratitude because we could be like Bibi Netanyahu and probably blown to smithereens. Once again, I say that I could be wrong, but imagine you're in Tel Aviv right now in a bomb shelter, scared to death with no internet. That would be a terrible situation. So if you're in the comfortable confines of your home, even if things are tough, a little gratitude.
Call from
Big Bang.
Big Bang, how you doing, my friend?
Pretty good.
What do you got for Big Bang?
Just to clarify, so the Jewish Messiah is waiting on their quote-unquote Messiah, which is not Christ. And
I think they admit that their Messiah is not Christ. I think that's clear. I don't think that's up for debate.
What does that make it? And then you also have...
What do you say? It's the Antichrist? Well, they would maybe admit that it's Antichrist because they admit that Christ is not their Messiah. I don't think that's that. I don't think that's that out of bounds.
Well, yeah, of course. And then it also says that in as well as in the Zohar, it says that they will have 2,800 slaves, and they say that they will be non-Jewish, and then they say that's even them subjugating themselves and submitting. So that's our best chance.
Is being a slave? Yeah, is that?
Yes. No, they say even if you suck up and if you're a good little goyim, turning off their lights, doing all that stuff, wearing a little hat, you will never be Jewish in their order. So that is the best chance scenario. And even
would you rather?
The thing is,
real quick, would you rather be a slave or dead? I'm trying to think.
dead. I know
Well,
my kingdom
well,
is
this is.
in
Let me
heaven.
give you this. Let me give you this scenario though. Obviously, slavery was horrible. Nobody wants to be a slave. But some of the slaves were treated okay. Some of the slaves got to be in the big house. They were kind of the narc slaves. But some slaves,
But do you know how
even when they abolished slavery, they wouldn't go back to being slaves.
But do you know what they talk about on how you can treat a slave?
What? No, you can sexually molest them or something? Is that what it is?
You can take, they're prisoners of war under that classification. You can have sex with their wives. Yeah, everything. They can do that to their own children, by the way. They can molest their own
Well,
children.
I don't know. Okay, see,
Anything over 3 years old.
Well,
your last name is Stein. Are you Jewish? Like,
my
why are you
grandfather,
just,
my grandfather is Jewish, but I don't know if they can. I don't think people are going to be molesting 3-year-olds. Is what I'm saying. I don't think anybody wants to
they're
do that.
doing it to their own. It's already mitigated through their own Talmud. It says
I don't think a bunch of 3-year-olds are getting
in
molested,
1 day.
dude.
It says 3 years in 1 day. It says it's like a tear in the eye. And then it also says that you can molest boys over the age or under the age of 9. I can't remember. It's either or. So it's also, rationalizing homosexuality.
What are you talking about? The Talmud?
Systematically.
You're talking about the Talmud? But they're debating that. There's obviously people that were
Why
saying
are they
that that's not
debating
okay.
that? How is that from the Word of God?
Well,
Why
because
is that even being
thing is, there's
spoken?
probably one crazy guy that likes that, and there's some other guy that's like, "Hey, that's not cool." You got to give. Nobody's. Yes, there are
don't give a full
exist,
pass
but do you think the majority of Jewish people are molesting children? That's not the case, dude. That's insane.
Did you see those blood-stained things coming out of the?
Yeah, Shabbat Lubavitch. I'm very
of New
familiar with
York?
what that was, but that doesn't mean that they were banging them. Listen, I don't know. I can't speak for everybody, but
They
I would
even
say the
said they
majority of
admitted
Jewish
that
people are
they had
not raping
necromancy
people.
rules. Well, they
Well, they said that
were
they tried to
kicked
bring
out of how
that
many
Messiah
countries?
back. Yeah.
They were kicked
Dude,
out of how many blood libel is the real
I think you're being a little too reductive and you're oversimplifying it. If I'm just being honest, sure there are some evil people, but I would say the majority of people are not
Have you
doing
seen
that.
the way that they treat in Israel the prisoners? They just had 5 people acquitted of all.
I saw
charges
that.
after
That was ridiculous. That was
on
ridiculous. And now
camera.
people are taking selfies
And that
with
is
them.
how they're. So you can't rule Judaism by followers who are peaceful. Same with Islam. You have to rule it by what their religion dictates. And if that is the oral laws and tradition, that is up for
not
grabs,
necessarily
and it is
the laws if they're debating the laws, though, right?
No, that just shows that their laws are bullshit. And
It's up
all
for
up for debate.
interpretation. It's up for interpretation.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's nonsense. That is not of God.
Well, you
can
know,
do a bunch of mental gymnastics, but that is what it is.
I'm not
And
trying to
that's
do
why
mental
it is
gymnastics. I'm just saying I don't think that every single Jewish person is doing that to kids. That's just not true.
No,
It's factually not true.
No, a third of my family is Jewish.
Yeah.
So I know.
And you think a third of your
I tried to
family is
become Jewish.
is molesting kids?
And that is what it is. And then.
But do you think your family, real quick? Do you think
idiot.
do you think that third of your family is molesting kids?
No, they actually.
There you go.
2/3 of them stepped away from Judaism because they knew how wicked it was, and they told me.
Well, I think you could argue that Islam is. There's some aspects that are wicked. Every religion has some weird.
Well, yeah, that's a pedophilic warlord who was illiterate, who literally tried to commit suicide off of jumping off of a mountain before a blind man and a child told them that it was Archangel Gabriel, even though he said he was demonically possessed. That's initially what he said. And nobody else comes, and no other Archangel Gabriel. They told me, oh, it's Archangel Gabriel. No, that is not how he came. That is not the presence he came. So you can categorically. He also fell in the lap of people while being passed around by a bunch of black men, because in that.
I saw that Instagram where that Muhammad slept with a bunch of gay men because in there.
You got to understand why they had this whole theory that if you ingested the semen of people who were under this.
Real quick, I got to cut you off. Somebody said, "What about Islam is good?" Well, Sharia law says women can't drive. That's good. That would reduce a lot of accidents. So, boom, you just got debunked. But yeah, when you were saying that ejaculate gives them power.
I'm not going off that's a warped construct in Christ, and there are no other prophets. So in Christ, instituted ecclesia, there's all these things. Like, come on, man. Like, I mean, if you're arguing for that, it is what it is. Like, you're just gonna find yourself lost, and it's like, why even enthuse that nonsense? And look what it does. Look at what they do to their own people. They're killing their own people. That is not of the covenant. And it's like, if you're defending people, that is one thing. If you're hurting your own, and that's the thing, is even in the Jewish Talmud and the Zohar, they talk about how they're going to persecute their own people. They're like, oh, if they're not real Jews, they're going to die. And they have totally different warped perspectives because it has adapted over time for so long. It is not the same. And they're going to the Wailing Wall. It's not the Wailing Wall. It was King Herod's wall of instituted for Mark Antony. It's the Wall of Eritrea or whatever. It's like it's nonsense. It's in a completely different position. It's in.
Well, I'm going to kiss
different-
that wall really soon because I want to become more successful. So be careful what you say. I'm going to get my $7,000, whether you like it or not.
I know that's a joke, right? It better be.
Well, maybe. All right. Well, thank you for calling in. We're about to end the stream. Thank you, dude. I hope we don't get kicked off YouTube. Everything we've said tonight is for entertainment purposes only. Do not take it serious. But, dude, thank you for joining the stream.
Don't sell out like that, brother. All right.
Well, I'm not selling out. I haven't touched that wall yet, but, I might have to after this conversation or else they're going to take away my YouTube. All right, dude. Talk to you soon. Thank you. All right, guys. Well, what a stream tonight. It's been so much fun. That is a strange place to end. I hope we don't get in trouble. But listen, a lot of what he said made sense. Some of it was a little out there. I'm burping, sorry. I'll tell you this much. When it comes to religion, there is a little bit of hubris to it. There is a little bit of I know that I'm right and these other people are wrong. And I guess my argument is that I do believe Jesus was real. I do believe Jesus is the Son of God. But at the same exact time, I think Christianity has also been hijacked. And a lot of these for-profit preachers are basically worse than Satanists. At least the Satanist admits that they're a Satanist. When these preachers that go up there and say that you got to give them money to get into heaven, that is demonic. That's horrible. And Jesus was not about money. He even said it's easier for a camel to get through the eye of a needle than it is for a rich man to get into heaven. So I don't really like how we've monetized Christianity. But at the end of the day, it's your decision to follow what you think is right. And a lot of my Jewish brothers and sisters are awesome or not evil. So, and I have Muslim friends, not evil. Some of them are crazy. Some Christians are crazy. Some Jewish people are crazy. Like there's different aspects. We can't be too reductive and oversimplify people that are following faiths because there's so many different divisions within each faith. So that's all I'm going to say. I don't know. But I love you guys so much. We're going to be doing more of these call-in streams. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Did you guys like the call-ins? We talked a lot about religion. Yeah, I'll probably stream next Saturday. I'm probably going to be streaming this week. I got some Zoom calls that I'm calling into, so I'm going to try to do some live. I'll be live while I call into the Zoom, hopefully. So that's kind of what I'm looking forward to doing. So be on the lookout for that. We're going to be calling New York City, and we're going to be complaining about Mom Donnie. We're going to be complaining about a lot of stuff. Thank you, Truth is Unbreakable. Thank you. There is too much brainwashing in these school systems. Thank you, guys, everybody that sent a super chat. Really appreciate that. I know everybody's probably struggling financially right now with all the gas prices that are insane. So, every dollar that you guys send, I know is, a dollar that we all need. Trust me. Heck, I need it too. But I don't need it that bad. I'm okay. I got a job. But I'm just saying, even I need money. We all need money right now. Things are going to get a lot tighter. I can promise you that. But then maybe we'll come out of all this stronger because, I talk about this on the college campuses a lot. Even though it sucks when our life is hard, it is actually good to go through times where we suffer because it makes the next obstacle a little bit easier because we have the confidence from the past hurdles that we overcame. And that's kind of like I think about my mom a lot too and how difficult that was. And it just made me a lot stronger. Did it also make me very jaded and black-pilled? Yes. So there is some, negative side effects and aspects. But I know that if I can get through watching my mother die in my arms, there's not going to be really anything much harder than that. So that's life. It's short. So let's try to have some gratitude. Let's try to have some fun. We had a lot of viewers on X. Thank you for watching on X. Thank you guys for watching everywhere. And Morgan, Scott Starboard, shout out Scott Starboard. And we will be doing some more live streams. We're going to be doing a lot more live streams, okay? We got to build this back up, and I appreciate you guys hitting that like button. I appreciate you guys sharing the stream. And make sure to watch my show on Real America's Voice, 11 p.m. Eastern. If you got Dish, channel 218, turn it on, watch Real America's Voice. And check out the Primetime 99 After Hours with Alex Stein. Love you guys. Peace.